Don't flip the camera until... Yeah.
Fine production on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge and on the internet at johnfineproductions.com. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington.
Oh, y'all are going live now.
Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Yellow Jacket Football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, located right there, 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. For all your athletic needs, school uniforms, you name it, they got it at Sporting Center. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff right there at Sporting Center. Again, that is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Great to have you along with you folks. I'm Josh Ward. And as we get ready to kick this 2024 season off officially here on a rainy night from Yellow Jacket Stadium, we've got an exciting show lined up for you. We will have from DSTV, Mr. John Lombardi will be joining us here with John Fine. And we got a lot to get to before kickoff here. Mitch will be with me here in a few minutes, and we'll get you ready for kickoff here again. Very rainy night here at Yellow Jacket Stadium. We'll talk about how that may play into the game here against Hammond. Again, season opener for these two teams here tonight from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the Hammond Tornadoes from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We are back after this timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205.
And Kate Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub. If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Bakery, Sports Slip, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hammond High Tornadoes, the Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward now joined by my broadcast partner, Mitch Covington. And for those of you out there who may be ready for the game or thinking about coming out to Yellow Jacket Stadium and you see it pouring down rain out there, well, just crank up your YouTube and go to @DS Jacket Vision on YouTube. You can do it on YouTube TV or YouTube. Like and subscribe our channel there to see all the things we have here for you on @DS Jacket Vision. So, Mitch, it's a wet one out there.
It's a little bit wet, but we're dry here in the press box.
We are.
Anyone at home watching on YouTube, you can stay dry as well.
Could you imagine if this would have been last week at Walker?
Sitting up on top of the press box.
We would have had an issue there.
That'd be you're right.
Glad it's not that. But here tonight, Yellow Jackets officially open the 2024 season against Hammond High. You know, this is a team that Denham Springs has some history with. They have not worked together. They have played each other for a very long time. Mr. Robert Graves was sending me kind of the information on that. And, you know, it's kind of interesting. These teams are tied 19 wins, 19 losses, 3 ties. It's straight across the board.
You're right. There is a lot of history with Denham Springs and Hammond. However, most of that history happened several years back. I was a small kid. I remember going to see Denham Springs play at Strawberry Stadium at Southeastern and a lot of games in the 80s and 70s and things like that. So recent history, not a lot, but we do have a history with Hammond. And so you said we got a tie right now, 19-19, so we're going to break a tie tonight.
With the weather being what it is right now, Mitch, you know, you coached for the Denham Springs Junior High Yellow Jackets. I think y'all canceled a game this week, didn't y'all, because of the weather?
We did have a 7th grade game last night. Was supposed to play that we did get canceled. Yes.
What happened in the 8th grade game Wednesday? I mean, was that Tuesday? Wednesday.
We played Wednesday.
Okay,
we did well Wednesday. We did all right. We got a good group of players this year and came out on top again.
Who did you play Wednesday?
We played Southside.
Oh,
so Josh
Neal.
Played
Southside.
Yeah, Josh and I coached together at Denham Springs High School. Josh, former head track coach, but assistant football coach here at Denham, a long-time assistant coach, former player at Denham Springs High School. So we got to keep the trophy, a little trophy between us, Denham Springs and Southside, and stays on the north side of town this year.
All right, with the coaching hat on, though, with the wet field like this, I mean, obviously AstroTurf here for the Yellow Jackets, great drainage on the field, but rain coming down pretty hard right now. When they go out there and kick this thing off with the rain coming down, what does that do for you game plan-wise?
Well, I do think game plan is you cut out a lot of the side-to-side issues that you have or that you might have in the game plan. You don't want to be running to the sideline trying to make quick cuts and getting up the field. You really kind of get more right at it, a little bit more physical football. And I know Coach Beard likes to have his team play hard and play physical, and that's always a motto that he has. And that's this kind of weather you think would be a favor for the Jacket, kind of in their advantage. The field is going to be dry. The turf field, even though it is raining, it might be slightly slick, but it drains really well. You're not going to see a lot of puddles on the field. It's not going to be mud. Some places around town I know have moved games to tomorrow because it's so wet and muddy. We don't have to worry about that, but it is going to be, with rain falling, issues. Some shotgun snaps might be a problem. You might have to get under center a little bit more, but really more realistically, you want to run the ball and you want to run right at the people. You don't want to go side to side, and I think we may be a little bit more able to handle that type of play. I know that's a motto for Coach Beard, to be very tough and very strong and very physical with his ball clubs, and so that might be a thing. You still probably can pass the ball a little bit here and there. People talk about a lot in the offense. Passing actually could be an advantage because the receiver knows where he's going, the quarterback knows where he's going, the defensive back has no idea where a receiver is going, and their foot might be, if the footing is slippery, that's tougher for a defensive back than a receiver who knows where he's going. So sometimes you're going to run a lot of footballs in there. It's going to be dry. Coach is going to bring a big box out there. Football is going to sit inside that box to stay dry. They get it out and run it in there for 2 or 3 plays, and it's out. They got a lot of towels. It shouldn't be a slippery football, but your footing sometimes could be a little bit wet, and so you don't want to go side to side, get more straight at them.
You talked about going under center. That's something that we don't see the quarterbacks do. I don't think Jerry Horn went under center one time last week, except for in victory formation when he was taking the knee. So do you think throughout this week they kind of went a little more under center? I mean, it started raining since Wednesday. It hasn't stopped since. And they know the forecast. We know what they're walking into. Do you think maybe they got a little more comfortable with that under center to quarterback exchange?
I believe they do that. I think the coaches on Saturdays and Sundays are already looking ahead. They're trying to see what the weather's going to be on Friday. You know that long term anyway throughout the season. You know that you may run into a situation where there's bad weather, and sometimes if you're going to have to get under center, you go ahead and you practice that at points throughout the year in case you need to do that. Now, having said that, I still expect to see us a lot in shotgun, at least early on. If it gets to a spot to where the ball is just getting everywhere and the center's having a hard time getting it back there to the court, then they would move and get up under center if they needed to. But I would assume to start the game, we're going to feel comfortable in shotgun because that's where we are most of the time. Like I said, ball's going to be running every other play or so. They're going to be dry when they get in the game. And so I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, but if it does start happening, then you have to have a plan B.
I'm thinking the only issue that you could look at is that Bryson McCabe is a young center who's having to come in. I mean, that's a pretty big spot to be put in.
It is a big spot, but I can give a little shout out to Bryson McCabe. He played center for me for 3 seasons at Denham Springs Junior High. We're all shotgun. We're almost never under center, so he's had a lot of stops in his career. 7th grade starting center with the 8th grade team, 8th grade starting center with the 8th grade team, and last year in freshman ball, I think he played a little bit of guard and not so much center, but he's back in the center position now, and so it's not a thing that's foreign to him. I feel comfortable with him getting snaps back there. Like you said, if you start getting out there on the field and you're blocking and you're getting your hands wet, and then maybe it might become an issue at that point. But to get started off, I think they'll be okay at the beginning.
All right, so how much does that affect Hammond having to take the road to come here, and they're coming into this one? You mentioned some of the games that had to be moved around. I was getting a few texts and calls from people this morning, like, is there anything, with the game, the streets around the school look crazy, this one's closed, that was closed. I didn't think that they would have any issues with that, but Hammond has to pack up, load on these buses, fight this weather getting down here, come out here, and Yellow Jackets have the field house. The Harold Butchwax field house to go into. Hammond does not. Do they have to sit on the bus when they get here to stay dry? When they come out, there's an advantage here to being at home, especially on a night like this.
Well, there definitely is. The home team has a huge advantage when it's raining like it's going to be. We think it probably will be at least a light rain throughout the night. At some points it may stop, and I don't know there's going to be a downpour at any point. We haven't seen any lightning, and the Jackets are out there starting to warm up. We're not in a delay right now, so they're pretty. If it's just raining, they're going to play. And the advantage is you've got all your equipment and everything you need right here at the field house. You can keep a lot of footballs inside the first half, bring them out for the second half if needed. I remember coaching at Woodlawn in a playoff game, and it was one of those rainy and muddy games at Woodlawn High School, and we kept 2 balls in the coach's office just in case we needed it in the fourth quarter. In fact, that game went to overtime. We pulled them out for overtime and had brand new dry footballs that stayed inside. The visiting team, Hammond, doesn't have that option. That they're going to leave it on the bus, which is a long way to the bus from the sideline, or they just get them on the sideline and hope you have enough boxes and towels to keep everything dry. So it is a definite advantage. At halftime, players can go in, they go to their locker room, they go to their lockers, they got towels, they watch.
Put on some cleats if you need to.
You use the dryer at halftime, where you wash clothes in a week. Like I've seen that a lot of times. Coaches go in there and taking shirts off, throw them in the dryer, have it ready for the second half. But players can do that. I've seen teams that have switched jerseys at halftime, wore purple jerseys to start the game, gold jerseys for the second half because they were dry to come out there. I've seen all kind of things that people try when it's raining like this. But those are the home team. The road team, they kind of got what they got. They're not bringing the whole field house with them when they come on the road.
It's kind of funny that mentioning that of coaches putting in dryers and all that. And, Coach Rusty Price is having Broadmoor Stadium named after him tonight. Mm-hmm. And the story that I read in the article was a memorable story. I can't remember what year it was. Call it 86, 80-something, And it's whoever they were playing Olympia Stadium in a driving rain. Coaches I think the article said they looked like they were going out on a shrimp boat. The full uniform, Rusty Price, polo shirt, khakis, and a hat. Just water dripping all over him. Not phased one bit. Doesn't surprise you when you talk about Rusty Price being an old Marine the way he is. And, congratulations to him. But I just thought it was fitting on the night they're naming the stadium at Broadmoor after him. It's a driving rain again.
It is. And Coach Price was exactly that. It's hard-nosed. And you talk about physical football teams. His Broadmoor high school teams were always very hard-nosed, and they got straight after you. They didn't try to haul out side to side and try to trick you anywhere. They were coming in this spot, and you were going to have to be more physical than them to stop them. And so, Coach Beard's a lot like that. I wouldn't expect Coach Beard to be out here head to toe in rain gear everywhere. I'm sure he's going to be out there not worried about a little rain on his head. He'll be fine with it.
All right, Mitch, we will take a break here. When we come back, it is going to be John Fine and Mr. John Lombardi from DSTV. Great job they all do there, so look forward to that coming up. That is after this time out on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache, in the same day, Dr. Sharola treats all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Richu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Ryan Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Hammond to open up the 2024 campaign at Yellow Jacket Stadium. I'm John Fine, producer of Denham Springs football broadcast. It's our privilege to be joined by DSTV media coordinator, Denham Springs high school teacher, Johnny Lombardi. Johnny, how are you?
Doing well, John. Great to be back up here. It's a little bit drier in here than it is outside right now. I'm a little
there
bit
you
wet.
go. Now, last week on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, we had Rudy Smith, the girls' basketball coach. He claims that you were in the running for most valuable player last year of his team because he says the girls kept on wanting to win in the playoffs so they get another week of your DSTV project. That's really cool.
You know, I don't want to take too much credit, but I'm somewhere down on the list there for girls' basketball, getting runner-up last year, but our all-access documentary last year was an incredible project. Honestly, one of the most fun things I've ever been a part of as a professional, as a teacher, all of it. And it was even cooler because the girls went all the way to the state runner-up, finishing second in state, right? So the storyline from last year to this year, just an incredible team, incredible student-athletes, just great players, nice students. And then, of course, on my end, you know, my DSTV students getting incredible experience producing a 13-episode full documentary covering a whole season from summer to the state championship game. And so we had executive producer Rebecca David running the show for that, and then we had 14 other DSTV students play a part in producing that documentary last season.
So how do you follow up on that in 2024?
So we are pleased to announce that All Access will be back for Season 2. This year we will be covering the boys basketball program. So Coach Kevin Caballero and the basketball team, they had an awesome run last year, coming up one win short of going to state. So All Access by DSTV will be covering boys basketball with senior Cooper Creel as the executive producer of that show.
Terrific. Now, you are also airing a highlight film of Denham Springs basketball, Denham Springs football. Talk about that. Very well done in the first edition.
Yeah, so a little bit of context. Last December, our students had the opportunity to work for the LHSAA in the Superdome, covering all 8 state championship games for football, working freelance, and our students shot and produced 8 cinematic recaps, like a 5 to 10 minute kind of recap with music and the broadcast. And so we thought, what better of an idea than to do that for Denham Springs this year. So we'll have a new show called Inside Jackets Football every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Junior Tyler Beatty is our executive producer. And we'll have all corners of the field covered with video, and he'll be making a 5 to 10 minute cinematic recap with music, recapping last Friday's game with the 91.9 broadcast audio as well. And we're very excited for that. Just another thing that our students are getting incredible experience working on, that's professional grade quality.
Yeah, Josh Ward, in fact, has hired Jerry Maguire as his agent because if his voice is on there, he may be renegotiating his contract with you.
He might be, DSTV, we don't have much money, but I mean, we can maybe slide him a pretty penny or two.
Okay, Josh is used to not getting paid well anyway, so that'll work out fine. For the uninitiated, what is DSTV?
So DSTV is the student-run digital media and video production program at Denham Springs High School. We operate out of the STEM Center there on Range Avenue. It's our 6th season of existence. We opened in 2019, and so we've had 5 years of having students come through our film and video curriculum at the STEM Center and then ultimately into the DSTV program to do everything from video production, photography, and graphic design, basically giving our students a digital media experience as high schoolers that they can build a portfolio to go to college to work in digital media or to use professionally if they choose not to go to college. So it's essentially the video, photo, and graphic design arm of Denham Springs Athletics and Denham Springs High School.
Boy, that's really good stuff. How excited are you about DSTV?
I'm super excited. I feel like every year we've just grown and grown. Last year we had, in total, across all 4 of our major social media networks, over 850,000 total video views. And that doesn't even include photo clicks, likes, graphic likes, all that kind of stuff. It just really shows the dedication that our students have poured into it. I'm so proud of them, the work they do. Look, it's pouring rain out here right now. And I have 6 DSTV kids down on the field in raincoats getting poured on, filming the Yellow Jackets, warming up for our Inside Jackets for next Wednesday. That's the kind of dedication that our students have. And when we have that, it makes my job incredibly easy.
Talk about how you got to Louisiana and then how you got to Denham Springs High School.
So I came down to Louisiana for college. I went to LSU, studied at the Manship School, worked in Tiger TV, covering LSU athletics. And so that's kind of how I came from Chicago, where I was born and raised, down here to Louisiana and stayed after college. I worked at WAFB Channel 9 for 3 years. And that's where I got my connections here at Denham Springs. And then when the STEM Center opened, I was looking to make a career transition and into education, and here I am now. And so it's been a wild journey, an amazing ride, and I'm just super excited about everything we have going on here at Denham Springs High School.
What was your biggest adjustment coming down south?
The pace. Very slower down here. Everybody wants to talk to you in line at the store, which is great. I've gotten used to it. But that was the big adjustment at first, was the pace, and I love it now. It's like a second home to me.
Talk about Brett Beard and his being the athletic director and how important that is to you as you are able to put together a lot of great stuff about his programs.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. None of this that DSTV does could happen without the support of the athletic director and all of our head coaches across every sport. The access that they give us to their players and their programs is second to none. They trust us, and they give us that access so that we can promote our programs, promote our student athletes locally here in the community and then across the state. You talked about Rudy Smith. He was at a basketball tournament over the summer in Alabama, and a random guy came up to him and said, "Hey, I think I've seen you before. All Access, right?" A guy that he had never met in his entire life knew about Denham Springs because of DSTV, because of All Access. And so Coach Beard's been phenomenal. We have the Brett Beard Show every week that DSTV has produced. I have a great friendship and relationship with Coach Beard. He's awesome to work with, and he loves and supports everything DSTV does.
Johnny, you do a great job influencing your students. And if there is one principle you had to adhere to, what would it be?
Don't ever stop practicing, especially for any young kids who are interested in getting into media, camera, videography work. The best thing to do is to just practice, get a camera, even if it's your cell phone. Start shooting, start working. If you put in that work, you're going to get the experience.
That's not a bad answer, but it's not the correct one. The one principle that you adhere to, that you abide by.
The one principle that I abide by?
Yes.
Work hard every day. Come to work with a smile.
It's Wes Howard. That's the one principle.
You need to spell out. You need to spell out principle for. I need to know which principle I'm talking about here.
He's both. He's both the principal, PLE, and he's your pal.
Absolutely,
principal.
That's a great. The administration here at Denham allow DSTV to flourish as well. Wes Howard and the whole admin has been incredible to work with as well.
Johnny Lombardi, DSTV. is a terrific, terrific thing that you do for the community. Keep up the great work. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's Denham Springs High School teacher and DSTV media coordinator Johnny Lombardi. I'm John Fine. It'll be Josh Ward and Jackets coach Brett Beard when we return after this pause on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Denham Springs football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Denham Springs, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It's the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up season opener for Denham Springs here at Yellow Jacket Stadium as they will host the Hammond High Tornadoes. I'm Josh Ward, and it is my pleasure to welcome in head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Brett Beard. Coach, thrilled to be back. Great to be talking with you again. Always appreciate the time, and welcome back to the show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate all you do. Excited to have another great year, and look, we're going to play some good football this year, so I'm excited to get it going.
Real quick, last time we talked, we were wrapping up the season at Walker, district final there from Walker High School. When you look back on that 23 season, how would you assess it overall?
Yeah, there was a lot of growth. I mean, to the naked eye, and I also understand from my job, 3-7 is a losing season, and we got to win football games. But, we had graduated a huge senior class that had a ton of players in it. We had kind of start all over. And, really had a lot of guys, even though seniors were playing for the first time, a lot of guys that had never really played high school football. And, 3-7 to the naked eye, but when you look at it like we do and you look at the growth factor, we were still 20, 25 plays away from being what could have been 7-3. When you go through the schedule and you look at some of the games, we really just got our butt whipped twice, and that was really by Mandeville and Dutchtown. They flat out got after us. But other than that, man, we had opportunities. We had chances to win football games, and kept things close and played great, solid football. We just couldn't finish the deal and couldn't quite get over that hump. And 20, 25 plays away from being 7-3 is a big time year. But because of our youth and inexperience, we finished 3-7. and have a great year for growth and got a lot of guys experience. And this will kind of be like kind of like when I first got here, year 1 to year 2 to year 3, the growth situation and the kids getting experience. We kind of started this cycle all over again.
As you said, you can go down that schedule and look at a couple of those games. And now, as you kind of switch to the off season after that, and you talk about that growth and continuing to grow those younger guys now going into this season, and it is a long off season. You talk about summer workouts, 7-on-7 league, the spring game, all those things that you have to do. Talk about the commitment that it takes to be a 5A football player at this level.
You try to give them a few weeks downtime right after the season. I mean, because once you kind of ramp up in January, you are all, you're all gassed and no breaks until really, ideally the 1st of December. But with our season ending the way it did, we gave them a couple weeks off, and we really just kind of dove into it. While pressing the issue of watching the teams that were left in the playoffs and seeing what they were and seeing what they had, and wanting to build the same thing. But man, you get in that first quarter of nothing but weights, and you try to build these kids back up to their bodies to be strong and physical. And with that strength and those numbers being thrown around in the weight room, and Coach Ryan does a phenomenal job with that, comes an attitude that kind of brings success. A confidence that comes with the strength, and then you begin the phase where you add in the conditioning and get them ready for spring ball, and then the third quarter, which is our summer, which was a very intense summer. And I kind of step back into some roles in the conditioning part of it, because that's one thing I've always loved to do, and press those buttons and kind of find these kids' breaking points and really get to know the look on their face and their body language. So I know on Friday night in a real football game in an intense situation, I know those kids that kind of need the support, that kind of need some, talking to, an arm around, or where those guys are almost, you got to get them out and get them a break. And we've really had probably our best summer we've had since I've been here, to be honest with you. The leadership and the growth has been off the charts. The numbers have been off the charts. And now you just look forward to turning to some football and let these kids learn how to be a team together and play this game together.
Several people have mentioned to me that y'all had a really good 7-on-7 summer league. For people not familiar with what that is, what is the 7-on-7 league, and what is to be gained from that during the summer?
Yeah, the month of June on Wednesdays at 10:30 at surrounding sites. We probably I think we moved to 5 sites this year. It's really all a bunch of teams in the area. You're looking at 16 to 20 teams that kind of play in this league and travel to the different sites. You got Walker, you got Live Oak, you got Denham, Zachary's a host site. A couple of schools in EBR kind of bounce around as host sites, and really 4 or 5 schools meet up every Wednesday in June at 10:30 and play 3 or 4 20-minute games and just get after each other for about 2 hours.
All right, so now as we kind of fast forward to getting ready for this season opener, 2 weeks ago at Yellow Jacket Stadium, you have a scrimmage against Zachary, obviously a well-known program here in the state for the last number of years. And you had a great showing, 18-0 in the time period. I think you walked away 32-7 overall. When you looked back at that one, what did you see from your team?
Well, of course, everybody's first thing is, man, Zachary must be down. But that ain't the case. I mean, Zachary's still Zachary. That's probably the most dominant perennial power of the last 10 or 12 years in the state at the highest level. I've got all the respect in the world for Coach Brewerton and the Z on the side of that helmet. And at the end of the day, that's who our kids got after that night. It's not always about who's up and who's down. The fact that you go on a field with Zachary and you compete at an extremely high level and you don't flinch and you don't shy away from them, there tells you, we had something special. We have some growth. We got some kids that are excited about this game, that love this game, that love Denham Springs, that wanted to compete at the highest level. And it was a huge success to start our season.
I think what I took from it, because we were up there doing a little system check for ourselves, is it didn't seem like your team was intimidated by that at all. I mean, they just came out there, and from the get-go, it was just all over it.
Yeah, and again, people can say what they want to say about them. They were the 5A runner-up. They might have lost some kids, but they reloaded. And it's like I told our kids, that's a team you're going to see in November. Good chance they're there in December. And you don't want to play them in the first round of the playoffs, because that Z is a big-time program, and to go out there and compete with them at that level we did, it's a big win for us and a big confidence boost.
Now, as we look at the Jamboree last week at Walker, an annual meeting between you two guys, parish rival, district rival, but you always like to start the season off this way. And I think both coaches, you all say it each year, is you won't be the same team that you are when you play them in the early part of November. Now, what's great about that, you go out there at their place, a team that is picked to win the district in some polls, and you win 7-6. Both teams had opportunities to do better things, but you go into Walker and knowing that you're going to be better, you had to like what you saw last week.
Yeah, Walker's a big-time program right now. So you look at our preseason, we defeated the runner-up in a scrimmage and defeated a quarterfinal team in the Jamboree in front of what seemed like a playoff atmosphere. That place was rocking. I mean, our side was full when we pulled up with just the freshman Jamboree. Both student sections were rocking. LP football has changed a lot in the last decade, and Walker is a big-time program now. They got some dudes that can play. They got a great coaching staff. And to go there and compete with them and be able to finish that job, another huge confidence boost going into the season, because now you've played with the elite perennial power in Zachary, and you've competed with a quarterfinal Walker. That's a big-time rivalry game, who's really good and is picked to win our district in some polls. And, it wouldn't surprise me. They're a good football team. So to have success against those two, to gear up for what week one is going to bring, and Hammond, we're really excited about where we are.
Looking at you offensively against Walker in the Jamboree, first downs were a bit of a problem for you in the early part of that game. Then you guys kind of settled down in. You put the 62-yard drive together to cap it off with a touchdown to Tylen Haynes. If you could, walk us inside the huddle after that timeout. You go back to the same play again. What was the discussion there? The decision to go back to that same play, you had to see something you liked there, and you just cap it off with a beautiful pass from Horn to Tylen Haynes.
Well, I'm going to be real honest with you, man. We don't really game plan and dive into what Zachary's going to do or what Walker's going to do. We exchange some notes. We don't watch film. We just kind of get the basics of how they may line up and the basics of how we may line up, the formations we may see. Because, the preseason really is not about Zachary or Walker. It's about Denham Springs. So we're still kind of honing in on who we are and what we do. And, you go to Walker and, they gave us some fronts we hadn't seen or hadn't prepared for, which kind of stifled us there early, kind of made some things a little tricky, got some head-up spots that, just kind of changed some of your rules and some of your blocking rules that we had to get over to the sideline and clean up. And I thought our coaches did a phenomenal job communicating both nights, working through some corrections, working through some different things that they saw and made some corrections that kind of got us going. And that's really the big thing. Sometimes in those games, with not game planning, you just got to weather it a little bit the first few series, the first few snaps, just kind of really get an idea if they're going to stay who they are, if they're going to stay in what they're doing, what they told us they're going to do. And then you make your adjustments and go. And I thought kids, coaches, everybody handled it real well once we kind of got going.
Absolutely. So 7-6, the final there from Walker in the Jamboree. We will take a timeout. When we come, we'll start looking towards the Hammond High Tornadoes coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium for the 2024 season opener. Stay with us. We are back with more after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
James Drug Store is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drug Store, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe.
However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life, so whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes of Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well.
So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet, and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, DJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Hammond High Tornadoes from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Season opener for these two teams. I'm Josh Ward. We continue our conversation with Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Coach, before we get into Hammond, let's get into coaching staff. How is your staff made up this year?
Yeah, really, we didn't have much turnover. That's one thing I've been very fortunate with, is putting together a staff that wants to be here, that wants to work, that wants to stay together. And that's kind of helped sustain some of our growth, which is going to turn into success, which I know is wins and everything else in the naked eye. The big change is offensive coordinator. We went back to Coach Ryan Fournier, a name everybody's familiar with, the kids freaking love. They wanted him back in that role so badly, and sometimes you have to step back and Coach Fournier hit her little reset button and got his mind right, and has really done an unbelievable job and did a great job learning from Caskey last year. Being around a 12-year NFL vet, kind of got some creative juices flowing again with him. And again, the kids love him, and they play hard for him. And they wanted him back in that seat. And that's one thing that I pride myself on, is I listen to these kids. I want to know their thoughts. I want to know what's on their minds and what's on their heart. And they wanted Coach Fournier, so I didn't even have to think twice about it.
I did want to ask this coach about Coach Fournier, because I think it says a lot about him as a person. 2 seasons ago, in season, you make a reassignment change there. He stays on staff then, stays on staff last year behind Coach Caskey, and then gets back into that role this year. I think it says, 1, about the character that he has, but 2, about the trust that you two have with each other to remain on staff. A lesser coach and a lesser man would have, packed it in and walked out. He stuck with it.
Yeah, it gives me chills thinking about it, because a lot of people don't know our history, man. Fournier is one of the guys that I played ball with at Southeast when I first got here. He's a little young pup, and so I've actually known him longer than just about anybody in this state for the last 20 years. It means the world to me. He's one of my best friends here. Sometimes people just go through some changes and things in life that that you had to deal with, and he had to deal with them, and we had to deal with them. And I tell you what, man, you talk about one of the best men there is, one of the greatest family men there is, and he hit that reset button and stuck with me. And I think, as a man, he recognized some of the mistakes and things that he made. Kind of like I said, just kind of hit a reset button, learned a lot from Caskey, got him going again. And really, that's one of the reasons I brought Caskey in, was 3 reasons. One of them was get Coach Fournier kind of back to who he was, get his creative juices flowing, fast track Coach McGrew as an offensive guy, because he'd always been a defensive guy with me at Live Oak. And to really get Coach White, the O-line coach, over the edge, because he was a box guy in the NFL. And, he accomplished that. And because of that, we are a lot better, and those guys are a lot better. And now I'm excited to see what they can put together and now do together, because they work really well. They're really connected and really in sync. And I think because of that, our offense is going to be really good this year.
As we look at the defensive side of the ball, defensive coordinator Chris Womack back again. Some pieces to replace. The early eye test so far has been pretty good from Coach Womack's defense.
Yeah, the big change defensively is we convinced Coach Womack to go into the press box. Sometimes coordinators, they like to be where the bullets are flying and be in that intense situation. Well, I think the best thing is we got an amazing staff defensively with Coach Prescott, Coach Baker, Coach Coates, the guys that have all been coordinators, Coach Longmire, guys that have been around a football game a long time. He gets to kind of go upstairs where it's calm, it's quiet. He gets to be the brains of the operation, and let those other guys deal with the emotions of the kids and the energy of the game on a sideline. And because of it, I think he's going to do a lot better job.
To this point, from the scrimmage to the jamboree, what has got your attention the most from your team?
Our O-line, I think, was a huge glaring weakness last year. You know, they were all young, they were all inexperienced, and I think took some lumps up front. I think Cy Martin's growth and Christian Ferguson's growth at the tackle spots have been huge. But I tell people all the time, if Fergie as a sophomore wasn't a decent O-lineman last year, we would have been really bad O-line-wise. You know, Cy breaks his hand the first series versus Mandeville last year. Both these dudes are back, had incredible offseasons, and are playing at an extremely high level. And then Billy Gomez, the right guard, big 74, you see him, he couldn't even move last year. And this kid's unbelievable now. You know, just what he's done in the weight room and what he's done in conditioning and speed training. And because of it, he's moving around at a high level and gives us a nasty guard. And you got Max Ars, you got Jackson Martin, guys that are all players that have got experience that can play now for us. Bryson McCabe, a little sophomore, played center for us last week. Ars got a little nicked up. Well, we bring the sophomore in, and the kid is just unbelievable. So, I mean, we've really got some great issues we didn't have last year on the O-line, and they're just learning to play together, and they're getting nastier together. And because of it, we're going to go where they take us.
Defensively for you have some pieces, as we mentioned, that you had to replace from last year, but you got some guys coming back that haven't experienced. You know, Ranger Miller is one that jumps off the page to me. So break down some of that defensive guys for us, you know, the ones you have to replace, the ones that are coming back and putting this thing together.
Yeah, I mean, Rancher Miller is a dude. He's been a mainstay in our program, been a special teams guy, paid his dues, started next to Deshaun as a safety last year, learned a lot from a guy like him. And because of it, it's his defense. He's our guy. He's our leader. He's one of our captains. We got some really young corners. You got a senior corner that, you know, Caden Anderson, who's just unbelievable and gotten so much better and trying to replace a guy like Mason Burris. But you got some young guys, Tate Milligan, Jaden Washington, guys that are sophomores that are going to be big-time names around this program for 3 years at corner that you're going to be able to get real familiar with. A kid that was with us as a freshman who we had plans for as a sophomore who ended up moving to Texas, moved back. Quentin Clay, you'll see him kind of that nickel and that dime role. Another kid that gives us a big-time corner. You know, got McGuire is out with a little knee right now, but he should be back in the next week or two. So you're going to have Jacob Deal and Lucas Gillen, guys that got a little taste of it last year when Deshaun got hurt on the back end. Caden Allen, big-time returners, a middle linebacker. Undersized, a lot like Jed Cambry, but can run, can fly around. You'll see a new kid, 31, homeschool kid, James Gaspard. Has brought a nastiness and physicality to our defense in the middle that we're really excited about. Jacory Gross, 22, DN outside linebacker, a kid that played a lot last year, who's had his best off season, who's got his grades up better than they've been, and because of it, his plays so much better. Darius Scott, DN, 36, coming off the edge, you know, relentless pass rusher. So we got some players. Rabius Williams, you know, big time kid that can run, that paid his dues, just like Rancher Miller. A kid that's going to give us a big-time athlete on the edge. I mean, we got some guys that are going to be fun to watch this year. We just got to continue to get those pieces put together and get more comfortable in the box together. And, you know, D-line, as they grow with Devin Mack and some guys like that can play, and we're excited about where we can go.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really big plays from that defense last week against that Walker offense. And, you know, you talk about Gross. He was one that had some really big plays, disruptive plays in the backfield. Yep. So as we look towards Hammond coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium now, you know, these two teams have a long history. They haven't played each other I think 2017-18 were the last two times these two teams played. But now Hammond coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium. What can you tell us about the Tornadoes?
Yeah, you know, really excited about tying up with them. You know, it's a program I don't think I've ever gone up against. But I know here at Denham, you know, got a long history, like you said, with them. And, you know, just one of those old, perennial, big-time schools, big schools that have been around. And it's going to be a fun rivalry to kind of kick up. You know, they're not far away, so it's going to be should be a great atmosphere. Both teams should travel pretty well. So excited about that. You know, the one thing I can tell you is they got some players. You know, you got 99 on the D-line. You got 6, the big, pretty H-back receiver. You got 8, the corner receiver. Guys that are really scary looking. You know, a kid that got hurt against EA, the quarterback, number 7, will be back this week. And yeah, you know, you want teams like that to be full strength because you want to play against teams' best. I didn't schedule them to play against their backups and their young kids. I want to play against their best players. And, you know, when you see them get off the bus, you're going to be very impressed with the way they look. And really excited about Coach Buckles and the job he's doing there.
Yeah, Coach Buckles has been there for a few years now at Hammond, and we know that he is a defensive-minded guy. So do you look for that to be their strong point Friday night?
Yeah, they got some players on defense, and they seem to be very disciplined, very sound. So I expect them to give us fits. I mean, look, there's a program that kind of hit a little lull, that kind of went down a little bit, but is on the rise and has won some big games the last few years under Buck. And, I continue to see them grow, and really excited to see what they do this year. And I tell you, it's going to be a fun game to kick off this year in a week one game, an opponent that's going to be nasty, that seems to play nasty, that's going to have some players. So it's going to be a nice test week one to see where we're at.
Anticipating a nice crowd at Yellow Jacket Stadium Friday night, and we know the juicers are going to be going. How has the preparation been going into this one? How do you feel the team's mindset is?
I tell you what, Labor Day week is always a different week. You have that early morning Labor Day practice where we labor on Labor Day, and that's kind of the big thing we beat in our kids' heads. We're going to labor on Labor Day. And I thought we had a pretty solid Monday. We practiced early in the morning, so it was cool on us, so we had a little different bounce about us. And had a really good day offensively, not so good day defensively. And then Tuesday, we really bounced back and had a phenomenal practice kind of back in our afternoon, back in the heat a little bit. And our defense looked completely different, got a lot more comfortable going against what they're going to see. And, we've had a great week. I tell you, I think our kids are going to be ready to play. They're chomping at the bit to get out there and play again. They love playing in Jacket Stadium. They love playing in front of that student section. And they're just really excited to show off what they've done this offseason.
Coach, we're looking forward to get this season underway from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We always appreciate the time. Go Jackets, and we will talk with you next week.
Yeah, man, absolutely ready to start this year off with you, man. Always good talking to you. Mom, Dad, love y'all. See y'all soon.
All right, that is head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Brett Beard. We are back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacksonvision are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football, Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Hammond High Tornadoes getting ready for kickoff here, getting closer to 7 o'clock here, so just a few minutes away. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Thank you, Mr. John Lombardi from DSTV. for joining John Fine there. Coach Beard for his time this week. Always a great interview with Coach Beard. Really appreciate the talks with him. But a couple of changes this year. Obviously, Ryan Fournier coming back as OC. But the biggest move that we've been seeing here tonight, as Coach mentioned there, is defensive coordinator Chris Womack coming up to the booth.
That's it. It's different of him being down on the field, and he's right there to talk to the players. Sometimes, as the players are lining up, he can yell at somebody to get them straight. If he's going to be up in the press box, which he has been doing, starting this year, Jamboree, and he's up in the press box right now, he's got to trust his assistant coaches, and those guys can get them straight. What he can communicate to the assistant coaches, and then they got to communicate to the players. So there's a little different dynamic going on with it. But success was good last week at Walker, and made a big stand at the end. We kept him out the end zone and forced that last field goal attempt. So I like the result so far.
Absolutely. So as we get closer to kickoff here, just a few minutes away now, let's go ahead and get you your Denham Springs Yellow Jacket starters. They are on the defensive side. You have defensive ends Darius Scott and Jaden Kent. The nose guard is Trenton Harrison. Linebackers Corey Gross, Caden Allen, James Gaspard, Ravius Williams, Jaden Washington, and the defensive backfield is Jalen Matoire. I hope we're getting that right. We're going to get that
Matoire,
right.
I believe.
Matoire. Jalen Matoire. We'll get that right for you, I assure you. Caden Anderson and, of course, Rancher Miller are going to be a big part of this defense. As we look at it offensively, left tackle is Christian Ferguson, left guard Jackson Martin, the center Bryson McCabe, right guard Angel Villagomez, right tackle is Cy Martin, wide receivers Tylen Haynes, Colton LaBeouf, Sean Goldman. In the backfield, it is Peyton Puffer and Brenton Paul, and the quarterback will be Jerry Horn. So that is your starting lineup here for the Yellow Jackets. No big secrets there. Looking for Tylen Haynes to have a big game, seeing what Jerry Horn can. They had some really good connections last week. Wanting to continue that here tonight.
Yeah, big key. The names you rolled off right there are the same guys that played last week. They started, so we got out of that jamboree with no big injuries. And just go through that list. Ja'Cory Gross, you mentioned his name as a starter, outside linebacker. He had a great game last week. He had 1 sack for sure and about 3 hurries. He was in the backfield all night long, caused a lot of havoc, and he's a great athlete coming off the edge. So hopefully we get another big game out of him. That offensive line's intact, the same group we had last week. And early in the game, there were some times we had struggles running the ball. So tonight, we hope we can kind of get that going a little bit, especially with the weather being like it is. Probably going to have to run the ball more than we might normally do that. And so going to need a big night out of those guys.
All right, it is time for the national anthem here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We will take a timeout. When we come back, have you ready for kickoff. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. We're back after this.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. Ben Wilson, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. Honored to have the opportunity to help those on the way of life following injury. Geriatric population to the young athletes. Stronger, fast. For all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Denham Springs Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham
You
Springs.
are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit visit us on Facebook.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at BS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Bakery. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. That'll do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977 at Sporting Center. They've got everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacey Phipps, James Adam McCants, and the terrific staff at Sporting Center. That's 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. When you see us on camera here tonight, Mitch, we are dressed by the best. Sporting Center, right there, 205 South Range Avenue.
Stacey Phipps is taking care of us.
He sure is. All right. Coin toss is done there at midfield, Mitch, and our captains for the night.
Our captains are Rancher Miller, your senior safety, Tylen Haynes, a senior wide receiver, Ravius Williams, senior outside linebacker, and then on the offense side of the ball, Jerry Horn, your senior quarterback. And Hammond won the toss and they deferred, so Jacks will get the ball first. Give a little weather update. It was raining pretty hard as all the teams were warming up for about I'd say a good hour and 10 minutes before the game started. And now here we are at 7 o'clock. And we are safe in the press box, but I don't see any water hitting the puddles that are on the track. There's no water on the field. I told you before the game that the field's going to drain perfectly once it stops raining. Within about 15, 20 minutes, the field won't even have any water, any moisture on it at all. It drains superbly, but I don't see any water hitting in on the puddles on the track, so I think it'll stop raining at the moment.
All right, it will be Hammond kicking off to the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. It will be Brenton Paul and Enzo Landry back to receive for the Yellow Jackets. You see them standing back around the 7-yard line. Ball is teed up at the 40. We are ready to get underway here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Glad to have you along with us. If you couldn't be here tonight and you're not listening, maybe you're able to watch at DS Jacket Vision. That is on YouTube. Glad to have you along with us. Here we are, and we are underway from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is going to be Brenton Paul from the 10-yard line. Gets to the 15, cutting up the middle. He's at the 20. Near sideline now, trying to get to the 25. He does. Will be pushed out of bounds right about the 27-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this at their own 27-yard line. It will be Horn from the shotgun. Empty backfield. Here is a snap. He is going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play back around the 20-yard line. Mitch, nothing new here. First down plays not working out for the Yellow Jackets, but we know what's going to happen in the next few plays.
We're just waiting for that 3rd and 15. We're going to pick up the first down anyway. But we went empty right there, spread them out. Looked like we're going to be passing the ball. Nice little quarterback counter, but we missed one of the – it's not a linebacker. One of the defensive linemen came through. One of those guards that were pulling. He was able to cut through right behind them and get in the backfield and hit Horn. Put us in a negative spot to start the game.
All right, it will be 2nd and 14 now for the Yellow Jackets. Push them back to their own 23-yard line. Check that. Yeah, 23-yard line. It'll be Horn from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He drops back, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, has pressure coming. He is going to be wrapped up for a loss again on the play. Going to be 3rd and long now for the Yellow Jackets.
Now, that was a sack, but I'm not going to put that on the offensive lineman there. Horn had a little bit of time to find receivers. Hammond did a good job in the secondary. 4 receivers out in the pattern. Most of them were covered. Horn tried to step up and wiggle around in the pocket, and eventually the rush got to him. But a good initial protection by the O-line, just didn't have any receivers coming open.
All right, so that makes it 3rd and long for the Yellow Jackets. They will be pushed back all the way to their own 19-yard line on 3rd and 17. Excuse me, that's, Is that right, 3rd and 17?
That's about right,
Yep. All right. All right, it will be Horn from the shotgun, sends Brenton Paul in motion, looks to throw, hits him in the flat. He is going to be hit in the backfield for another negative play, so all the wrong direction here for the Yellow Jackets on this first drive.
Can't be too happy about that possession. We started 1st and 10 at our own 27, and now we're going to be punting from our own 14. We just went straight backwards on all 3 plays.
Yep, not the start you want here for the Yellow Jackets, but we'll get to see this defense come out onto the field, where they will send the punt team out first. That'll be Trenton Harrison to punt it away for the Yellow Jackets on 4th and long. It'll be Hammond back to receive. They stand about midfield to receive this one. Here is Harrison. Will get it. Gets the punt off. Nice end over end. It will hit inside inside Yellow Jacket territory. It'll be Hammond football after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accident.
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Thanks.
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
1st and 10 for Hammond. It's a high snap over the quarterback's head. Ball is still on the ground. They will go deep into their territory now, back to almost their 35-yard line. So maybe ball handling here is a little bit of an issue early on, Mitch.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame with the wet field and things like that. How would the snaps happen, or would they be successful and things like that? Well, Hammond warmed up the whole time in the rain, and then, like as we mentioned before, they don't have a field house to run into and dry themselves off. So the center comes out on the first snap of the game for them, snaps it over the quarterback's head, and a big negative loss and a positive for the Jacket defense in really long yardage situation.
Going to be 9 minutes left here. Opening quarter from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets and the Tornadoes of Hammond. Going to be 2nd and 27 from their own 36-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be to Zaylen Bennett as he will get to the 40-yard line and not much more.
Yeah, Caden Allen was able to get there, a little tall sweep, trying to get around the left edge. Caden Allen, one of your inside linebackers, were able to run him down, make a tackle at the numbers. Very small gain here, so after the bad snap, Hammond's in a 3rd and really long situation. Hopefully we just stay away from any penalties in this spot. You don't want any pass interference or whatever. Give us some cheap yards and let them try it again, because it's not likely they're going to hit a 25-yard pass here.
It is going to be 3rd and 23 for Hammond from their own 40-yard line. It will be Jones out of the shotgun. Got 2 receivers to the near sideline, 1 out to the far. Here is a snap. Will fake the handoff, looking to throw, dances around, going to keep it himself. Now he's at the 40-yard line. Will be pushed out of bounds about his own 45. And it will be 4th and long now for the Tornadoes.
Another good job by Caden Allen. I don't know if that was a designed run, but the quarterback rolled to his left, and the only receiver on the left side was actually crossing the field, so there was nobody left to throw it to. He tried to tuck it and run, and once again, Caden Allen, inside linebacker, ran him down on the edge and got him out of bounds for another small gain.
All right, so it will be 4th and long now for the Tornadoes. They will send the punt team out. Yellow Jackets are ready to receive this one. They stand back about their own 25-yard line. Here is the snap. Punt is away. It'll hit at the Yellow Jacket 30 off the Yellow Jacket return, man, and it is going to be a fumble. Looks like Hammond is going to have it 1st and 10 in Yellow Jacket territory after the ball slipped off the hands of the receiver for Denham Springs. That was Quentin Clay, and that is a big swing of events right there for the Tornadoes.
It really was. It was a low-line drive punt that hit the turf and took a high bounce, and Quentin Clay tried to jump up to catch it, and it bounced off his hands, and a couple of Hammond guys there to recover it. So a great defensive stand to start. Looked like we're going to get the ball back with a decent field position, and then mishandled on the punt return, and now Hammond's back in business.
7:45 left here. It is first quarter action from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It will be Jones on a pistol formation. Here is the snap. He will toss it in the backfield, and it is going to be coming to the near sideline at the 20-yard line. Push out of bounds at the Yellow Jacket 18. On the carry for Hammond is Zaylen Bennett.
Yeah, good job by Rancher Miller coming from the safety position. That ball got to the corner. We weren't able to set the edge on the outside linebacker position, got blocked, and he got to the edge. But Rancher Miller from a safety position normally starts at about the hash, was able to run him down before he really turned that corner, got upfield, and only a 3-yard gain for Hammond.
All right, it will be 2nd down and 7 for the Tornadoes. They marked him out of bounds at the Yellow Jacket 19-yard line. Clock runs here with 7:12 left in this opening quarter. I think it is going to be Reginald Williams in at quarterback now, and he will fake the handoff. He will now hand it to Bennett, and Bennett will get to the 15-yard line, fighting for more yards. We tackled just shy of the 10. It looks like it's going to be enough for a Hammond first down.
Yeah, just a little counter play right there. Fake to the right and then counter back to the left with the tailback, and the guard pulled and kicked out the end. Found a little running room and got upfield and was able to get the first down. You know, Hammond played Live Oak last week in the Jamboree, so they're familiar with Livingston Parish opponents. Live Oak beat them 10-6 in the Jamboree. You know, pretty even game, back and forth a little bit. All the scoring happened in the first half. Nothing happened in the second half scoring-wise, but a good opponent here to start week one with the Hammond Tornadoes.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Tours. It will be from the Yellow Jacket 12-yard line. It will be Jones from a shotgun. Here is the snap. Going to keep it himself. He's at the 10-yard line, cuts up, and will be tackled about the 10. They'll mark him at the 9-yard line, and I'll check that. That is Reginald Williams. So the quarterback, 7, Jones, and number 1, Williams. They rotate in and out at quarterback now. When they want to do just a quarterback keeper, you'll see Reginald Williams go in for the Tornadoes.
Well, that was definitely a run set, and you had to think they were running right because you just had the quarterback in shotgun, and all 3 blockers were lined up on the right side, and that's where he went.
That will take us to our first Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. Water from the Water Tree may help you feel better, look better, and live longer, Mitch.
Is that even going to make John Fine look better?
No, not even Miracle Water could do that, but go check out the Water Tree. That's Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. We are scoreless here, and we are back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at VS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn & Gun, Mr. Daddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo at Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football going to be second down for the Tornadoes. It is going to be Williams looking to throw. He rolls out to the far sideline and is still looking to throw. He throws it towards the end zone, going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Kenyatta Fleet for the Tornadoes, and it's going to be third down.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to our sophomore cornerback, Jaden Washington, on that play. As the Jackets chose to bring a lot of pressure. We blitzed on that one. Normally, if you blitz, you better get there quickly because you leave your secondary exposed. Well, Hammond picked up the blitz, and the quarterback had time to roll around and find somebody, but Jaden Washington had his man locked down. Quarterback couldn't get it to him and then try to dump it off late, but a great job out there by the sophomore cornerback.
5:51 left here, opening quarter, Yellow Jacket Stadium, Hammond High School and Denham Springs High School. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, Jake Williamson, John Fine, Lamine back at the studio. Great to have you along with us, folks. It is going to be Reginald again looking for the end zone now, and it is going to be incomplete. The ball comes out, but flags come out as well. Looks like it's going to be against the Yellow Jackets for pass interference.
Yeah, that's going to be Jaden Washington. Just a little fade route out there, and the ball was kind of slightly underthrown, so the little back shoulder throw, you might call that. And Jaden got a little hand on the inside arm of the Hammond receiver. Now, it's going to be interesting. It's not an automatic first down in high school. So we'll see. If you mark half the distance, it may still be playing third down. It might not be a first down.
All right, so we'll wait and see as they do mark this off here. Looks like they're going to put it to the...
And I was correct on that. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Just inside the 5, yep.
Leaves them at 3rd and 2. Hammond brought out their big power set again.
Actually, it's going to be right about the 5-yard line. It will be 3rd and short for the Tornadoes. It's going to be a direct snap, and it is going to be to the 5-yard line. And walking it in for the touchdown for the Hammond Tornadoes is Zaylin Bennett. Touchdown, Hammond.
Yeah, the drop punt there is going to come back to bite us. Give Hammond the short field, and then the third down, trying to get the stop, get the pass interference, gave him another shot at it, and Hammond was able to punch it in and get on top early on.
All right, so that'll send out Vince Delaney to attempt the extra point for Hammond as they get on the board with 5:36 left here in the first quarter. Williams will be the holder. Here's a snap. It is a low kick, but it is enough to get across the crossbar, and it is good. It is Hammond 7, Denham Springs 0, 5:36 left. First quarter, we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners. Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Welcome back, Yellow Jackets football. It is Hammond 7, Denham Springs 0, 5:36 left here in the first quarter. It is going to be Hammond kicking off to the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be Delaney, has it teed up at the 40, steps up, puts a boot into it. Here's a kick, going to be a short kick. It will be picked up at ball, still on the ground at the 20-yard line. Now picked up at the 25. He's at the 30, 35, 40. Will be tackled right around the 45-yard line on the return for the Yellow Jackets. It's Enzo Landry, and that's what the Yellow Jackets needed. But the ball handling continues to be a problem here early in this game for Denham Springs.
Well, that was another ball that bounced on the turf. It was kind of short from the deep guys, right behind the front guys, and short of the deep guys, and hit the ground, and we did bobble it again. Sometimes when you bobble a kickoff like that, the defense loses their focus, loses their lane coverage, and Enzo was able to pick it up and find a gap through the middle of the coverage unit and get it back near midfield.
All right, going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive at their own 46-yard line. Jerry Horn out of the shotgun will send some men into motion here. Waits for the snap. He will get it. He will hand it off in the backfield. On the handoff is going to be John Goldman, and he is going to be tackled for a loss on the play.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call this. We're setting up some kind of trick play. That's a quarterback that was a receiver. We just moved him to running back and handed it off to him. Something tells me he may throw a pass after getting a handoff later on, whether today or later on film. But that was a backup quarterback that just got the handoff on that play.
Going to be 2nd down and 14 now for the Yellow Jackets as they will now play it from their own 42-yard line.
You always got to set things up early in the game. You show it to him once, and then later on he's going to get the handoff and look for somebody downfield and throw it.
It will be Horn from the shotgun. Has Brenton Paul lined up to his right. Here is the snap. Horn drops back, gets it to Paul. Paul is going to get to the 40, to the 45, and going to see where they mark him out of bounds on that far sideline. Going to be right around, is it midfield?
They got him at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, back to the line. Okay, well, I saw this referee on the far side there. Okay.
We couldn't tell. He's tight roping the Hammond sideline, but as he got upfield about 7-8 yards, and the ref had marked him out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage, so pretty much no gain right there. So once again, 3rd and 14 or so. We've been in that spot in the Jamboree, and again today, 1st down being a negative play for us is something we got to get cleaned up.
Will be 3rd and 14. Their own 42-yard line for Denham Springs. Horn from the shotgun will have an empty backfield. Waits for the snap. He gets it. Drops back. Looks to his left. Fires it. It is going to be caught. 45 across midfield and going to be pushed out of bounds. That is going to be Peyton Puffer on the catch by the Yellow Jackets, and that is a 1st down into Hammond territory, making it our first Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's.
Well, if you've ever been a fan that complained that on 3rd and long that the team threw the ball short, you just saw a reason there why sometimes you need to do it. The defense is going to drop back and cover 12, 13, 14 yards downfield. So Horn saw that and then dumped it off quickly to Peyton Puffer, who caught it and had plenty of room to run and was able to run and get the 1st down after the catch.
All right, so it is 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. They get into Hammond territory. It'll be 1st and 10. Hammond 43-yard line. Horn from the shotgun will hand it off in the backfield. That's Brenton Paul.
That's Daigle. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, that's
my
all right.
fault.
Just be quiet over there.
I got ahead of myself. I saw Daigle come in the game. He did enter the game just then, but he's in the game in the backfield with Brenton Paul. But you're right. Brenton Paul had it.
That's right.
Stepping on your toes.
That's all right.
My bad.
That's right. To the 39-yard line of Hammond is Brenton Paul. Going to be 2nd down now for the Yellow Jackets. Call it 2nd and 6. 3:58 left here. 3:55 now left here in this first quarter from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets trying to respond to the Hammond score. It will be Hammond 39-yard line. It'll be Jerry Horn from the shotgun. It is Brenton Paul in the backfield. Bunch set. Here is the snap. Handoff to Paul, who is hit immediately in the backfield as they will push him back to the 45-yard line.
That looked like that may have been some kind of flea flicker, really. I was watching Haynes release up the field, and he kind of stuttered and I think was about to take off. But we got hit so quickly, we were never able to turn around and pitch it back to the quarterback.
All right, so it will be 3rd and 12 now at the Hammond 45-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. That's
Once
the play
again,
we like,
third
right?
and more than 10
yeah,
yards.
right.
But we picked up the last one at
That's
3rd
right.
and 12. So
And last week we picked up several of those against Walker in that jamboree. It'll be Horn from the shotgun. 4 receivers set, 3 out to the far side. Here is the snap. He will roll to his right. Pressure's coming. Going to fire it. It is going to be intercepted by Hammond at the 35-yard line to the 40, the 45, around midfield. He'll be pushed out of bounds, and it is going to be a turnover by the Yellow Jackets, and it'll be a first down for Hammond after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football, 2:46 left here in this first quarter. It is Hammond 7, Denham Springs 0. And the Tornadoes will have it first down.
It's going to be Tor's ball. Yeah, it's going to be Tor's ball, but there was a block in the back on the return, but they're going to start at their own 37, 38-yard line. On the play there, I just have to say early in the game, and we saw that some last week with Walker, the O-line's kind of struggling a little bit. Pressure got to Jerry Horn very quickly, and Horn just tried to get rid of the ball, but he threw it into coverage and maybe should have just eaten that one and not just thrown it up.
It's going to be Jones in a pistol formation on 1st and 10, their own 38-yard line. He is going to fake the handoff, going to keep it himself, going to the far sideline, going to be pushed out of bounds at the 42, and I will check myself again. That is Williams on the carry. 7 and 1 look pretty close to each other on those jerseys.
They are. 7 and 1. It's hard to tell, but they're both very quick guys coming off the backfield. And so I was impressed with Lucas Gillen, your junior safety. He was out in open field. A lot of room for the quarterback to run if he was able to shake Gillen, but Lucas did a good job of getting there, keeping it to a 3 or 4 yard gain. But that's a couple times now early on. We're talking about safeties making tackles on these run plays. We'd like to get these interior linemen or the linebackers up there and stop them from getting 3 or 4 yards.
2nd down and 7 for the Tornadoes, their own 41-yard line. It will be Williams. Pistol formation will fake the handoff. Now will hand it off. That is going to be going to the far sideline across midfield into Yellow Jacket territory. On the carry is Zaylen Bennett for the Tornadoes.
That was another counter back to the left. They ran one of those successfully earlier. This time a little bit different look. More people in the backfield, but they still ran a counter back coming to the left side of the field. Good job for the Jackets. Actually, I'm missing it right now. There it is. James Gasper with the tackle.
Here is a snap on 1st and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line. That is going to be Bennett again as he will pick up some positive yards as he gets to about the Denham Springs 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was the counter again to the left side. So they found something they like on the left side of the Hammond offensive line, which puts the right side of the Jacket defense. They found some running room over there. That's about the 3rd time they've run that play, and I'd say they're averaging about 8-9 yards on it. So they're going back to it. Jackson have to find a way to stop that.
Going to be 2nd down for the Tornadoes from the Yellow Jacket 43-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 5. Pistol formation for the Tornadoes. Here is a snap. It is going to be a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be Bennett again as he tries to go up the middle. And we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd down for the Tornadoes.
And Coach Womack, the defensive coordinator, decided to bring some pressure. The linebackers were creeping up to the line of scrimmage and got in the backfield quickly and kind of busted up the timing of that play. So not much room to run for Hammond right there, bringing up a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 here. And now this probably maybe 2-down territory. I don't know if they'd want to punt from the 40-yard line. They might go for it if it's 4th and short. So 3rd and 5, a lot of things can happen. If we back them up with a sack, we force a punt. If they get a first down, of course, they keep it. Or if they get close, they're probably going to go for it.
Just under a minute now here in this opening quarter from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is 3rd and 5. Denham Springs 43-yard line for Hammond. Here is a snap. It is going to be a quick throw to the sideline, to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet, 35. A flag comes out. Off to the races at the 20, the 15. Still on his feet at the 10, inside the 10-yard line. We will wait to see what this flag about. Hopefully this one is coming back.
That's a big boy, Kenyatta Fleet, number 8. It says 6'3", 180 pounds, kind of an H-back, fullback position coming out the backfield. Hopefully this flag's going to go against Hammond because he caught it and rumbled a long way down that left sideline. Going to get a holding on one of the receivers, I believe it was, for Hammond down the field. And so it is going to bring it back far enough. They got to try third down again.
Whew, yes. We'll take that one. That one came right at the perfect time.
Good play call right there. They just the fullback started on the right side. He leaked out to the left side and caught it in the flats, and not a lot of guys around him as he got, he wiggled through just the first wave of Jacket defenders and ran down the sideline. But maybe he wiggled through because one of our defenders were being held. So,
all right, folks, we have about 35 seconds left here. If you are listening on Family Radio, 91.9 FM or johnfineproductions.com. Great to have you with us. If you're at DS Jacket Vision on YouTube, great to have you there. Hit that like button at the bottom and subscribe to stay up to date with all things at DS Jacket Vision. Going to be 3rd down and 7. Denham Springs 45-yard line. Here is Williams. He will pass it. He will get it to Bennett. Bennett will be hit, and that'll be a back to the line of scrimmage. Makes it 4th down and 7 for Hammond with 5 seconds left here in this first quarter, so that could do it for first quarter action, and it will. We played one here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is Hammond 7, Denham Springs 0, and we are back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
James Drugstore is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drugstore, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
As we welcome you back in, Yellow Jackets football. First quarter in the books here from Denham Springs between the Yellow Jackets and the Tornadoes. They will flip the field now, and it'll be 4th down for Hammond. So we'll see what they do here. Looks like they are going to send out the punt team. And again, that is Vince Delaney handling the punting duties for the Tornadoes.
Well, the chess matches between the coaches. We've been blitzing a little bit, so I think they tried to catch us in the blitz and run a screen pass, but Coach Womack had us sitting back, and Ja'Cory Gross was in a great spot to stop that play.
All right, it is Delaney. Here's a a high snap over his head, back to the 25-yard line. He's all the way back to the 20 of his own 20-yard line, trying to find some room. Now it's going to be a big swing here now for the Yellow Jackets as they will have it 1st and 10 deep into Hammond territory. So Yellow Jackets looking for an opportunity here to capitalize on some bad snaps from Hammond.
Yeah, special teams early in the year especially are always key because you need more practice as the season goes along. They get better at them. Wet conditions tonight, although it's not raining at the moment. It's been wet. We misplayed a punt earlier, and Hammond took over the ball at the 24-yard line after that bad snap. Where the Jackets taking over?
Yep, at the
24-yard line. Let's see if we can do what Hammond did and punch it in the end zone.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Hammond 24-yard line to start this drive with 11:47 left in the half. It will be Horn from the shotgun. Here is the snap. We'll toss it to Brenton Paul. Paul at the 25 will be brought down for a loss of 1 on the play.
We had a lot of receivers on the right side of the formation, so we caught the ball in the backfield, a quick toss out to Brenton Paul trying to get behind those receivers. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make all the blocks there, and once again, we lose yards on 1st down. So we haven't been on the positive side of the down and distance yet tonight. It'd be good if we could do that.
Yes, it would be. The stats should look much better if we start going the right direction.
A lot of 2nd and 14, 2nd and 15. At least this one was only 2nd and 11.
That's right. That is. Only 2nd and 11 now for Denham Springs. It is from the Hammond 25-yard line. Pistol formation for Horn, who will get it. Will hand it off to Brenton Paul, who's going to be tackled for a loss on the play. Another 1-yard loss. It will be 2nd and 12.
This time trying the inside of the line, but number 45 for Hammond was able to get into the backfield pretty quickly. That's Johnson. My apologies. A.C. Johnson right there from his linebacker position, shot in the backfield pretty quickly. So trying to stay patient with the running game, but it's just not there at the moment. So we're going to have to make a play here on 3rd and 12.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 12. Denham Springs at the Hammond 27-yard line. Horn will get it from the shotgun. He drops back, looks to throw. He does. Hits Paul at the 25-yard line. He will spin around. He'll be tackled shy of the 20, and it'll be 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets. So is this 4-down territory, or do you send Bravo out for 3?
I think it may be Jonathan Bravo. I think Coach Beard's probably confident with him. Anything under 45 yards, definitely under 35, but this would be a field goal attempt to right about 41 or so. Maybe not trusting the leg on that one yet. We'd like him at 35 and less, I would guess. And so 4th and 9. We're going to go for it here from the Hammond 27-yard line.
Just under 10 minutes left
23.
here. Yep. Just under 10 minutes left here in this first half. It is going to be 4th down. Yellow Jackets will go for it. Horn from the shotgun, drops back, looks to throw, fires at middle of the field. Tylen Haynes has it at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Horn to Haynes again.
Tylen Haynes has been a beast here early in the season, man. I know he had a great summer. He played a lot last year, but he's been, close to being uncoverable here in the jamborees and the scrimmage games and long yardage situation. He got matched up one-on-one on the inside slot position, and he just gave a little juke out to the left side and broke inside the hash and a little seam route. Horn put it right in stride on him, a nice catch, and finished his way into the end zone.
All right, so that will send out Jonathan Bravo to attempt the extra point. Colton LaBeouf is the holder. We've got a flag on the play.
Now, here you go. We're going to have offsides on Hammond, so the ball's going to be on the 1.5. Do you want to go for 2 from the 1.5-yard line? Although, quite honestly, we haven't been run blocking so well. I might just go ahead and try and get the extra point and tie it up.
All right, so it will be half the distance to the goal. A lot of yardage right there, Mitch.
1.5 yards.
That's right. Again, Colton LaBeouf will be the holder. Bravo, and we've got another flag on the play.
If Hammond lined up all sides, now we're going to be inside the 1. I think I'd go for it. Try and get the 2-point conversion.
Well, there you go. It's a good game plan there.
I don't see any movement on the Denham sideline, but this ball's going to be inside the 1-yard line here. I mean, let's go for 2.
It makes you think about it for a second, but looks like Yellow Jackets will stick with Johnny Bravo.
You can't get a kick any shorter than where we're kicking from right here.
Here is a snap again. Bravo's kick is up. It is right down the middle, and extra point is good. 9:40 left here in the first half. We are tied up at 7, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IBL Graham, Ryan Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
9:40 left here in the first half. Yellow Jackets 7, Hammond 7. Johnny Bravo has it teed up at the 40, ready to kick this one off to Hammond. He does. It is going to be a short kick to the 30-yard line. It'll go out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty on the Yellow Jackets. But it gives us an opportunity to bring you tonight, for the first time of hopefully many, the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and health, life, and it is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Pauline Incardis, Nikki Giachetti, Jana Goins, Justin Summerall, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. What do you have for us, Mitch?
A very short scoring drive for the Jackets after the mishandled punt snap, and so a 24-yard drive, only 2 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. It finished up with a 24-yard touchdown pass from Jerry Horn to Tylen Haynes, and with 9:40 left in the second quarter, we're all tied up here at 7.
It is going to be 1st and 10 for Hammond there. Again, that is a Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. So with a tie ball game here with 9:40 left here in the first half. Coming up, it will be the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. We will hear from Denham Springs principal Wes Howard along with John Fine. 1st and 10, Hammond, their own 35-yard line. It is going to be Bennett in the backfield, going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play back to the 30-yard line.
Great job by the Jacket defense right there. So we're putting them in a negative position after first down. Great job by one of the linebackers. I'm sorry, 44. What's his number? What's his name? That's Jaden Kent, defensive lineman, Jaden Kent. So a great job right there, getting up the field, making a hit in the backfield, and a 5-yard loss.
Well, it looks like we have an injured Tornado down on the field. The trainers will come out to look at him. So we will take an injury timeout here as they attend to the down player there. And it is 9:30 left here in the first half. We're tied up at 7. We're back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
All right, going to be 1st and about 15 now for the Tornadoes. We'll make it 1st and 14 officially. 2nd and 14 officially. It'll be from their own 31-yard line. It is going to be Williams lined up at quarterback. Here is the snap. He will fake the handoff, going to keep it himself as we are used to seeing him do, and he is trying to find some space. He is not going to be able to. Going to be pushed out of bounds back at the 25-yard line, and we have some flags on the field, so I have to wait to see what this one is about.
That's in the interior of the offensive line there. I'm hoping that's going to be a holding because we got a great job on the outside. Darius Scott was chasing the quarterback and keeping him going sideways, and then Ravius Williams was able to get there and tackle him before he got to the sideline. Good job of stretching that play out and never giving him a chance to turn upfield. But the flag is right near the middle of the line, and the ball was going way outside, so I'm a little worried, hoping not a hands to the face on the defense. Most of the time, the flag in that spot is going to be a holding, however.
Yeah, these defensive backs for the Yellow Jackets haven't had a lot of action here tonight, but I will say Ja'Cory Gross, a guy that we called his number a lot last week, curious to watch him develop throughout the season. I know he's someone that's going to be a big part of this linebacker core for the Yellow Jackets.
The referees are still talking. I'm kind of watching and seeing what's going to happen here. Like I said, the only thing that could be on the Jackets is probably a hands to the face if somebody got a hand up in the face mask. If they're coming to talk to Coach Beard, hopefully they're going to ask him if he wants the penalty or wants to decline it, because we're surely going to decline that. It's going to put him in 3rd and long yardage.
Yep, looks like they're trying to figure that out now. And I think Coach Beard, as the head coach, you always got to stay on top of those things. What is it going to do? Where is it going to put them? Where was the ball? Was it a spot foul? Is it going to be there's so many things that a head coach wants to know from those officials and trying to figure out, do I take this? Do I decline it, as you were just saying?
You're right. A 5-yard penalty may be easy. If it's going to be like a 15-yard penalty, you might be thinking about taking it. But
it looks like it will be a decline, so good call there, Mitch.
Holding against Hammond. And so, but like we said, that was a big loss on the play. Good job by Ravius Williams to get there and make the tackle and finish it off. Darius Scott did a great job of spreading that play, chasing it side to side. So puts him in 3rd and
20.
We're looking at 20.
Yep. 3rd down and 20 now for the Tornadoes. They will have it at their own 25-yard line. It'll be Williams for the Tornadoes from the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Bennett. Bennett goes up the middle, gets to the 30, spins around at the 35, still on his feet, and he will be tackled just about the 40-yard line. So a big run right there by Zaylen Bennett. I tell you what, he's a pretty big back, and he just makes some space and just barrels forward.
He is. That was a safe play by Hammond. They didn't want to throw it up in near the Jacket secondary on 3rd and 20, so they hit a little quick run trying to find something. They got about 14 yards out of it, but still going to be a punting situation.
All right, so it will be 4th down for the Hammond Tornadoes. They will have it at the 39-yard line. They'll play this one from their own 39, so we'll see what they do here.
You got Jaden Kent down on the field. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Don't know for sure what it may be. Early in the year, a lot of times get some cramps and things like that. They're looking at a lower leg on him. But hopefully he's going to be okay, and Coach Bork and Coach Salter Formaggio, they can get him off the field here quickly and get him back in the game if possible.
All right, we'll take a quick injury timeout here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We are tied up at 7 apiece between Denham Springs and Hammond. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Fire and Water, Cleanup and Restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The number one choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and Water, Cleanup and Restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
It is going to be 4th down for Hammond. Here is a snap. Their first good snap to the punter tonight, I believe, and it is going to be on the ground at the Denham Springs 25-yard line, and it will be down there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball will be at their own 25-yard line. 8:22 left here in this first half action.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kerner, the returner back there, try and get up there and fair catch that ball. I know we had a rush going after it, trying to block it, and he didn't have a lot of protection on him, but if he can get that hand waved in the air and get a fair catch, we could have saved about 10 yards of field position with that. Of course, last time with the mishandle by Clay after the ball had bounced on the turf, just being extra safe and want to make sure we get the offense out on the field.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10, Denham Springs. It will be from their own 25-yard line. Horn from the shotgun. Brenton Paul in the backfield. Here is the snap. It will be a handoff to Paul, trying to come to the nearest sideline as he tries to cut up. He gets to about the 30-yard line, so it will look like would be absolutely nothing. Turns into a 5-yard gain by Brenton Paul.
Got to give you some extra effort on that one. Yeah, we tried to counter to the right side of the formation, and not a lot of room. He was hit right near the line of scrimmage, but he kept driving and pushing forward, and he picked up a good 4.5 yards on the play.
All right, so make it 2nd down and 5 from their own 30-yard line.
It's our first time 2nd down less than 10 yards.
That's right, and that's right. That's good to keep up there on that one, Mitch. Empty backfield for Jerry Horn. It will be 2nd and 5 from their own 30. Horn drops back, looking to throw. He fires it. Going to be intercepted by Hammond right in the breadbasket. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown for Hammond on the pick 6 is Melvin Wilson.
That was an awkward-looking play. Horn looked like he tried to hold up on the throw right at the last moment because he definitely didn't follow through. I was wondering if he got hit, but I don't think he did. I think he changed his mind at the last minute and saw the linebacker, but it just floated right out there to the linebacker, and then they picked it off and take it back for a touchdown.
All right, so a gimme right there to Hammond puts them up 13-7 over the Yellow Jackets. 7:32 left here in this first half. They will send out Delaney to attempt the extra point. Delaney will line it up.
Seems like we're better off at 3rd and 12 than 2nd and 6.
Kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Extra point is good. 7:32 left in the first half. Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at BS Jackson Vision are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sports Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. It will be Hammond kicking off to the Yellow Jackets after the pick 6. Jerry Horn to the Hammond Tornadoes. Here is a kick. It is going to be fielded at the 25. Now at the 30-yard line, going to be hit quickly there on the return for the Yellow Jackets was Trey Seals. And not much return there, but it'll be 1st and 10 for Denham Springs.
Yeah, Trey Seals, a sophomore receiver, playing one of the up-back positions, and was able to handle that sky kick, pretty well. Did take a hard hit after he caught it and was running back a little bit, but 33-yard line here, not terrible field position. Tough break for Horn there. He made such a great pass, just the one pass attempt prior to get the touchdown to Tylen Haynes, put it right on the money. And that time he just threw it into a spot where he never saw the linebacker and just saw it at the last moment. It was too late.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive at their own 34-yard line. 7:26 left here in this first half. Yellow Jackets trailing by 7. Horn from the shotgun will send some men in motion. Going to be a tight bunch set to the left side. It'll be Brenton Paul lined up to his left. It is going to be a toss in the backfield to Brenton Paul, and it is going to be tackled for a loss on the play. That's actually Slade Daigle that time. You were right. Slade Daigle had checked in, I do believe.
I was only about 20 minutes early on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you knew he was coming. You just didn't know when.
But inside linebacker came to that one. That was a sweep to the outside, and he just read it quickly and was able to get upfield. The receivers had it blocked well on the outside, but the inside linebacker read that play and got there quickly.
And we have
I think that's Daigle down on the ground. I think so.
Yeah? So he just checked in. Well, yeah, he just checked in for that one, makes the run, and now he's down on the field. So we're going to try to keep an eye on this, obviously, when they come to the sideline there to see if it's just cramps, as you had mentioned before. Oftentimes happens in the early part of the season.
Yeah,
like
earlier
this.
Jaden Kent looked like he's going to be okay. He was able to walk off the field on his own. I see him on the sidelines. Nobody's really working on him anymore. He's probably going to get back in the game at some point, but we'll see what happens with Daigle.
All right, so it looks like they are about to help Slade up, and they will help him to his feet, and he will make his way to the sideline there.
Whereas his, I wouldn't think, would be cramps. He's only played a few plays. He was in earlier, but he hadn't been in there long enough, I would think, to get cramps at this point.
He's walking off fairly decent, so hopefully that's a good sign for Slade Daigle as he makes his way to the sideline. So it'll be 2nd down now for the Yellow Jackets. Going to be 2nd and long. So, again, positive plays have become kind of an issue here for the Yellow Jackets in this first half.
I mean, if we had a chart of the 2nd down plays, it's been 2nd and 14, 2nd and 11, 2nd and 15. We finally got one at 2nd and 6 and threw the pick, so maybe we're better off at 2nd and 14.
We will see right here. 6:58 left here in this first half. Again, coming up, it will be the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report, where we will hear from Denham Springs principal Wes Howard. Stay tuned for that. That is coming up at the half. It'll be Horn out of the shotgun on 2nd and 15. Sends a man in motion. That is Haynes. Here is a snap. He is going to have pressure coming. Gets off of it. Stays on his feet. Now he's going to throw it downfield. It's going to be incomplete at the Hammond 45-yard line as pressure was coming, and Horn got wrapped up in it.
Yeah, Horn had taken off the run, and he was able to get the pass off, but he probably should have just kept it and tucked it. He was going to get a few yards out of it. He tried to throw it, and he was well past the line of scrimmage, and so a couple flags on the field are going to be an illegal forward pass.
All right, so we do have flags on the field as mentioned, so we'll wait to see for the official call and then what the result of that will be. Kind of a weird start here, Mitch. I mean,
the defense is playing well. They gave up a 24-yard scoring drive, but that was 24 yards. It was happened because of a muffed punt, and then Hammond scored once again off of a pick six. So the Jacket defense has been holding their own. We just got to get something going. The offense has played so well early in the year. Played great against Zachary. Did a good job at times against Walker, and it's odd to see them stumbling around a little bit right now.
Going to be 3rd and long now for the Yellow Jackets to make it 3rd and 17. They will have it at their own 26-yard line. Here is Horn. Going to throw it. He does. He has Haynes in the middle of the field. Haynes at the 30, at the 35, 40, off to the races. He's at the midfield, cuts it up, and will be at the 40-yard line. Going to be pushed out of bounds around the Hammond 35-yard line. A big play right there. Tylen Haynes, and it is a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets, making it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Big Mike stays open late after Denham Springs High School football games. So I'll see you there tonight at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
Well, that was just about a perfect play call right there. Coach Fournier dialed up the wide receiver screen. It did look like Hammond was bringing a blitz, and so once we got the screen pass off, Haynes had a ton of room, and he got upfield, and then he got a few more extra yards too. Colton LaBeouf with a good block downfield and got him about an extra 15 yards on it.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, Hammond 38-yard line. 6:26 left here in the half. Horn from the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near sideline, 1 out to the far. Here is the snap. Horn drops back. Pressure is coming. He's going to roll out of the pocket now, throw it downfield. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Sean Goldman, and it is going to be 2nd down.
Horn did a good job of avoiding the rush after the initial drop back. He had pressure in his face, and he rolled to his right. Sean Goldman had gotten behind the receivers, and Horn got it down the field. Sean actually just misjudged it. He had turned to kind of jump for the ball, and if he'd have kept running, he'd have run up underneath that and probably would have had 6.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad throw on the run by Jerry Horn right there.
And he's done a good job here, like scrambling when he needed to. Horn is very agile. He's got the capability of running the football as well, and we may need some of that as we get going forward.
2nd and 10, Yellow Jackets, Hammond 38-yard line. It will be Horn from the shotgun formation. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off in the backfield. That is going to be to Brenton Paul. Stutter steps, tries to find some room. He's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, so a similar spot to where we were earlier, playing 3rd and long on the Hammond plus side of the field. It's probably going to be 2-down territory.
All right, and it should be about 6-minute mark, and it is. Clock will stop at 6 minutes. That makes it time for the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. Hey, Mitch, how you enjoying this 40-degree weather?
40 degrees Celsius?
Well, how'd you know that?
Because I've, been paying attention and learning throughout the years.
All right, and you've been saying hydrated. So get hydrated at the Water Tree. That is Railroad Avenue, making that 40-degree temperature more tolerable. We're back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
On 3rd down and 9 from the 37-yard line, there's going to be a pass. Jerry Horn to the end zone, looking for Goldman again, and it is going to be incomplete. Makes it 4th down and 9 from the Hammond 37.
Yeah, Horn was getting hit right as he released it, and he tried to get the post route to Sean Goldman. It was just a little bit out of his reach right there. Maybe if he had another count right there, he might have been a little bit more comfortable and been able to put the ball a little bit more on the spot, but still not throwing in a bad place. At the very least, it's going to be an incomplete pass if you throw it just a little bit out of his reach. And the Jackets have decided Coach Beard's going to bring on the punt team and try and pin them back because our defense has played pretty well so far.
14-7, Hammond with the lead. 4th and 9 for the Yellow Jackets from the Hammond 37-yard line. Harrison will punt this one away. He gets it, and it is a nice punt. We'll hit at the 10-yard line. We'll hit at the 5, and looks like the Yellow Jackets will down it right around the 1-yard line. What a nice play right there by the Yellow Jackets, making it Hammond having to go 99 yards here if they want to try to cap this drive off, but great play right there. Trent Harrison, great punt. Good job by the Yellow Jackets.
Coach Beard couldn't have asked for anything better. He wanted to pin them back deep, and then John Gaspar did a great job of getting downfield and grabbing the ball before it got into the end zone, and so pinned them back right at the goal line, and so about 98 yards or so to go for Hammond. So if the defense could get a quick 3-and-out right here, we'd have great field position.
All right, going to be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. They will start this drive from their own 1-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here, being so pinned so far back. I mean, you couldn't get, I guess, a half a distance to the goal penalty would put you about the half-yard line, but that's about it. But going to be a tough drive here for Hammond. Pistol formation. Here is the snap. Going to hand it off to Bennett. Bennett's going to be wrapped up and hit. Forward progress is going to put him back to the 1-yard line.
You know, give you a little coaching tip right there. You mentioned how you can't lose many yards on a penalty, so a lot of times when you're backed up in your own end zone, go on a hard count, go on 2 or 3, and hope the defense jumps, because if you jump, you're just going to get a half-yard penalty. If the defense jumps, it's going to be 5 yards. So it's your advantage to kind of go on 2 in that situation.
All right, make it 2nd down now for Hammond. Will be 2nd and 10. And they actually marked it at the 2-yard line. So my correction there, not the 1 yard. It's the 2-yard line. 5:05 left here in this first half action. Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. 2nd and 10 for the Tornadoes. Their own 2-yard line. Here is Bennett, direct snap. He is going to try to pick up some positive yards. He does, gets across the 5, but he pushed out of bounds at the Hammond 8-yard line. Nope, they're going to put him at the 6.
You know, Hammond being backed up in their own end zone, try to run and play first and get anything. They just went with their goal line offense. That's what they've been using in their short yardage plays and 2nd and 10 in the short yardage play, but they needed to move the ball away from the goal line somehow. They were able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards there. Caden Allen got to the edge, made a tackle. So 3rd and 6, big down right here. We'd love to pin them back and make them punt out of their own end zone.
3rd and 6 for the Tornadoes. They will have it at their own 6-yard line. It'll be a pistol formation. It'll be Williams and Bennett in the backfield, and looks like we have a flag on the play. It's going to be false start against.
Oh, they
nope,
see showing us
offsides.
that we were creeping up to blitz, and maybe somebody got offsides, or maybe it was the cornerback. But the widest judge threw the flag, so somebody lined up offsides. So that's going to be 3rd and 1 now.
All right, and yep, offsides against the Yellow Jackets. So the movement we saw was based on...
You really hope it wasn't the cornerback trying to play press coverage on the outside that lined up in the neutral zone. I'm not, I didn't get a number or anything like that, who it may have been. But someone for the Jacket defense has helped Hammond out. So it went from 3rd and 6 to now 3rd and 1.
Yep, 3rd and 1 for the Tornadoes. It will be from the 11-yard line.
I'm surprised they're not in that little short yardage set.
It will be a pistol formation. It is Williams and Bennett in the backfield. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off to Bennett. Bennett is going to be hit and then gets up some positive yards at the 15. He's at the 20, 25. Be pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Will be a first down for the Tornadoes. So that penalty really helps out Hammond right there.
It really did, and we had a chance right there. James Gaspard got in the backfield and hit the running back in the backfield, but wasn't able to wrap up and hold on. We could have stopped him and forced a punt, but he broke the tackle and got upfield for a lot of yards. So Hammond has the ball, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, we've got all our timeouts. If we can get a defensive stop, we'll get the ball back, but at the very least, Hammond has moved it out away from the shadows of the goalpost.
It will be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. They will play it from their own 28-yard line with 3:50 left here in the first half. Here's a pistol formation again. Going to be a handoff to Bennett. Bennett is going to be hit and then hit again and then hit again and finally brought down. So Bennett is pretty elusive. That first hit, he's usually able to spin out of it.
He was. That was Gaspard again in the backfield with the first hit and wasn't able to hold him up. But then Trenton Harrison was the next guy and was able to hit and hold him. And then Gaspard came back in and cleaned him up. So Gaspard's got 3 hits on the last 2 plays, but only got him down once.
Welcome, everybody, listening on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. And if you're on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, hit that like button at the bottom. Subscribe to us. Keep you up to date of all things that is at DS Jacket Vision. Going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Tornadoes. Here is a snap. Going to look to throw. Going to throw it up. It is going to be up for grabs. It is going to be incomplete. Or we'll see what they say, whether it was a catch or not. But definitely going to be pass interference against the Yellow Jackets. And that is going to be Caden Anderson with the penalty.
Yeah, another short thrown ball. And that's just almost as good a play for the offense as a perfectly thrown ball, because when the defender is trying to cover you and the receiver stops to catch a short throw, a ball that's underthrown, the defender's at a bad spot, and he reached out with a big handful of jersey. Everybody could see that when flags came out. Going to be a first down for Hammond.
Will be first down with 2:59 left here in this first half. Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes, their own 45-yard line. Williams and Bennett will work it from the pistol formation. Here is the snap. Will be a handoff to Bennett. Coming to the near sideline. He's going to be hit and driven down. Nice play right there by the Yellow Jackets. That is Rancher Miller coming up from the defensive backfield to deliver a hit.
Very big tackle right there. There was a hole on the left side of the Hammond offensive line, and as the running back hit it, Rancher Miller saw that same hole and accelerated through it and had a hit and a big tackle driving him backwards. And so 2nd and 8 yards here for Hammond. They have moved it out. Now it's around midfield. Earlier, we were thinking, let's get a stop so we can try and get the ball back and score. Well, at this point, we may be thinking, let's just get a stop, make sure we can get to halftime only being down 7.
Going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes from their own 47-yard line. It will be pistol formation again, keeping it with Williams and Bennett. Here is a snap. Bennett going to keep it himself. Is going to be a keeper, and he is going to be a keeper all the way, and he is going to be brought down for a loss on the play. They'll put him back down at the original line of scrimmage, which is the 45-yard line, make it 3rd and 10.
Little tag team effort right there. James Gasper, once again, the first guy there with the hit, and then Ravius Williams also there for both guys with a good tackle, putting Hammond in a long yardage situation.
Jaden Kent, we see coming back out onto the field for the Yellow Jackets, so that's good news there. He was one of those that came out earlier. Now we have another Yellow Jacket down on the field, and looks like could be another cramp again. Hopefully that's all it is. We'll take a quick injury timeout here. 1:52 left in the first half. Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
You already know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson offers great service. But what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
All right, it looks like, did they call a timeout on the Denham Springs?
I don't think it was a timeout.
I think they did. They did, yeah. I think
thought
they
it was
just
an
signaled
injury timeout,
yeah.
but okay.
I believe that's the signal we just got there.
All right, and so Coach Beard, unlike me a while ago, saying let's just get a stop and get to halftime down 7. Coach Beard's still thinking I want to get a stop and score. If he's calling a timeout here because the clock would have been running.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, okay.
So he's thinking ahead. He's confident his defense is going to get the stop here on 3rd and 10 because we wouldn't have needed a timeout just to discuss strategy. We had all that time to talk while while Darius was down on the ground. Darius has gotten up. He's off on the sideline walking it off. Doesn't look like anything's going to be long-term damage for him.
And as mentioned before, Jaden Kent was one of those. It looks like it was just a cramp for him as well. Hopefully it's just a cramp for Darius Scott. Going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Tornadoes from their own 45-yard line. Looking to throw, they will. It will be incomplete at midfield. We'll make it 4th and 10 now for Hammond. So Yellow Jackets, and that's a bonus there too. Stops the clock with the 1:48 there as Hammond threw it on 3rd and 10.
It definitely did. They tried a screen pass up the middle, maybe a little bit of room if they could complete it, but Jaden Kent was in the backfield very quickly getting to the quarterback and forced a bad throw. And so the Jackets are going to force a punt. I'd like to see one of those bad snaps again right here if you pull them for the Jackets.
Absolutely. Let's get one of those over the punter's head again and make this a short field with 2 timeouts left for Denham Springs. Delaney will get the snap. Punt is away. It hits at the 35 and will roll inside the 30-yard line to the 28-yard line. Hammond will down it there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic, located at 145 Aston Square, next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. 1:37 left here in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be the 29-yard line officially to start this drive. Horn, empty backfield, drops back, looks to throw, fires it, looking for Haynes, and it's going to be incomplete at the 35. Intended receiver Tyler Haynes right there for the Yellow Jackets.
You know, generally in these 2-minute offense situations, you want to try and get something positive early on. You don't go for the deep shot. You try and catch something short, get some positive yards, get some momentum moving forward. Horn with a good pass. Tyler Haynes was open, and he just went right through his hands right there. Unfortunate because he'd be able to catch it, get about 8, 9, 10 yards on that play.
All right, so it will be 2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It stops the clock with 1:32. Horn will have an empty backfield yet again. 4 receiver set, 3 to the near sideline here. 5 receiver set, 3 to the near, 2 out to the far. Here is a snap. Horn going to keep it himself. He's going to be hit. He is going to be wrapped up and brought down to the line of scrimmage, and he will be now operating in 3rd and long.
I like the idea. We had 5 wide, everybody spread out, going to try a little inside counter play with the quarterback, Jerry Horn, on a little trap play trying to hit it. But as soon as we've had a guard that's pulled, someone has shot through that gap that he's left open. We need that play side tackle to step down and close that gap up.
Clock will run. It'll be a timeout on the field, so we will take it with them as well. 1:11 left here in this first half. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shane Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
On 3rd and 10, going to be handoff to Brenton Paul as he gets to the near sideline. Looks like he will be pushed out of bounds at the 41. Just enough for a first down for the Yellow Jackets. Make that another Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. You can cater your next party at Big Mike's. Check out Big Mike's catering menu.
That was a huge play and a huge effort by Brenton Paul. On 3rd and 10, you run a counter. You're almost like just playing it safe, hoping not to throw the ball into a bad situation, and you pop a 12-yard run to get a first down, and that's a big plus.
Going to be 1st and 10, minute 02 left here in this first half. Jerry Horn from the shotgun looks to throw, fires it. It will be incomplete. Intended receiver was Sean Goldman at the Hammond 45-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets were wanting a flag on that one. What do you think, Mitch?
Coach Beard was definitely asking for it. I thought the guy was on Sean Goldman's back. He definitely looked like he had hands on his helmet before the ball got there, and no call by the official. So playing 2nd and 10.
Under a minute left here in this first half. Yellow Jackets trail Hammond 14-7. It is going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 41-yard line for Denham Springs.
Seems a little slow getting the play in. We're going to have to call a timeout. I see Coach on the sideline saying he can't hear on his headsets. 12 seconds left. We haven't broke the huddle yet.
Yep, let's see what they're going to have to do here. Now down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the play clock. Horn will be lined up. 2, 1, looks for the snap, and it is going to be a delay of game
false start.
False start.
Yeah, Horn called for the snap right at the play clock getting to 0. The ball wasn't snapped. That was all busted from the start. I looked on the sideline. The coach on the sideline that may be signaling plays. I could see him pointing to his headsets like, I can't hear. Somebody called out some play, and the Jackets tried to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, but...
Well, you thought they were going to use one of their timeouts there. They do not. The clock is stopped at 55 seconds left here in this first half. So Yellow Jackets holding on to 2 timeouts left here in the half. It is going to be 2nd down and 15 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 36-yard line.
It'd be nice if we can get the ball to Tylen Haynes again. He's been open. He dropped the last one, but he's been open, and he's made some good catches for us earlier today with the touchdown. And if we can get him loose, that'd be good.
All right, going to be 2nd down. Yeah, excuse me, it's 2nd down and 15 after that penalty. Jerry Horn will work it from the pistol here. We'll send Brenton Paul in motion, has Puffer in the backfield, going to look to throw, looking for Goldman on the near sideline at the Hammond 45-yard line, and it is going to be incomplete. Going to be 3rd down now for the Yellow Jackets.
We're all messed up. We had 2 men in motion. Peyton Puffer was not supposed to go in motion, and he did. But if you're the quarterback, you see that. Jerry was looking at him like, what are you doing? Well, don't call for the snap because that's an obvious penalty. It didn't matter what was going to happen on the play. So we got an illegal shift. It's just up to Hammond if they want to take the penalty or not.
Yep, it was... I mean, ever since that, 2 plays ago, when it's just the sink has been out here.
Almost at this point, you're just trying to run the ball and keep the clock going. Of course, Hammond's going to burn the timeout to try and get it back, but 2nd and 20, you're in a really bad spot.
Yep, 2nd down and 20 for the Yellow Jackets. It is their own 31-yard line. Horn out of the shotgun will get the snap. Will hand it off to Brenton Paul coming to the near sideline at the 35. He's at the 40. Will be tackled shy of the 45-yard line. Will be 3rd down for Denham Springs.
Same play we picked up the 3rd and 10 with. We just ran on 2nd and 20 and got about another 12 yards. So that's been successful. But because we're playing 3rd and 8, the Jackets aren't in a hurry to get the play off here. And so...
And it looks like Hammond is fine going to the half up 7.
Yeah, that 12-yard run changed the dynamics of what the rest of the half was going to play out like.
All right, it is 18 seconds left here in this first half. Yellow Jackets will not have to take another snap, I don't believe, as they will let the clock run down under 10 seconds to go. So we will head to the half. It will be Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. That brings us to the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report, brought to you by Sunshine Cleaners. Sunshine Cleaners, look forward to being your go-to cleaners for all of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Sunshine Cleaners, family-owned and operated, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, with locations in Baton Rouge. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Demco beginning youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at BS Jackson Vision are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Bakery, Sports Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kate Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
It is the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, 14-7. Hammond with the advantage over the Yellow Jackets. Tough first half there for Denham Springs. John, how did it play out to us?
Well, back when I used to play for Denham Springs High School, you introduced me as Mitch Covington first, so I thought I'd play that role. Thankfully for Denham Springs, I never got to play football for them. Rough first half for the Jackets, but Denham Springs hanging in there and within striking distance. Bennett with a 5-yard run for Hammond with 5:36 left in the first quarter. Extra point makes it 7-0 for the Tours with the advantage. That's the score at the end of the first quarter. Then the Jackets get an equalizer on 4th and 9 from the Hammond 24. Horn to Haynes from 24 yards out. Jackets with a 24-yard drive in just over 2 minutes with 9:40 left in the first half. The score is evened up at 7 apiece. Then Mekhi Wilson with a 31-yard pick six for Hammond. 14-7. The Tours have the advantage with 7:32 left to be played in the first half, and that's our halftime score, 14-7. Hammond leading Denham Springs.
All right, so a lot of history between these two teams. They played last time 2017 and 18. We were there for those. So hopefully the Yellow Jackets can turn it and get the second half going and have a a good second half. But who do you have coming up as your guest coming up? I know I get nervous around principals, so I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Yeah, and with good reason, Josh. With your illustrious academic past, we have the one principal Denham Springs abides by. He is the principal of Denham Springs High School, Wes Howard. When we return, Josh.
All right, that is coming up with more of the Sunshine halftime report. Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Ryan Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The number one choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Go ahead, Josh.
It is the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. I'm John Fine, producer, Denham Springs High School football broadcast, joined by the principal of Denham Springs High School, Wes Howard.
Thank you, John.
Thanks for coming on, Mr. Howard. Now,
thank you.
What happens as far as special preparations for the first game of the year? What do you and the staff have to do to open up another home season for the Jackets?
Oh, a lot of that work is actually done by the young men out there on the field before we even get to the first game. Our end is pretty easy as far as making sure the stadium's put together. We have all the logistics and the people in place to open the gates and let our fans and our guests from our opponents' teams in. All the hard work happens in the summer with them boys running practice and the coaches out there getting things together. That's the hard work.
All right, now what about the rainstorm? How does that affect things?
What rain?
Okay. It hasn't been raining since the game started, so you're right there.
Yeah. It was wet earlier. It was very wet.
Brett Beard, your athletic director, head football coach. Talk about what he means to you and Denham Springs High School.
Oh, he's outstanding. Of course, every time I get on this show with you, I can't speak highly enough of Coach Brett Beard. Since he's been here at Denham Springs, he's brought an energy and a life to our entire athletic department that has, been something really special to see. All of our sports are growing. All of our sports are thriving. The young men and women that are participating in those sports, the number of students participating has grown year over year, and it's just an outstanding thing to watch the athletic department here grow under his leadership.
What does it do for the morale of the other sports teams at Denham Springs High School to see Coach Beard so actively involved in their programs, too?
Oh, I mean, that's hard to measure. I mean, you know that when you see somebody like Brett Beard or anybody really, even their teachers coming out to see them at their athletic activities, it's just special to these kids to see the adults they spend their time with during the day out there, and to see the athletic director actually taking a direct interest in and getting out of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of student was Wes Howard back in the day?
Oh, I wasn't an athlete, that's for sure. I was a band student. I was one of those kids at halftime who got out there and marched around on the field. Loved the football games, loved the environment, loved getting out there to play in the band. Played 4 years at LSU in the band. That was my contribution to the atmosphere of Saturday and Friday night football.
Now, talk about your involvement with a band at Denham Springs High School and then getting into administration and becoming principal.
Well, I got to tell you, the trajectory of my career has taken turns that I never thought it would. I started out here as an assistant band director under Tom Burrows and spent time learning from him for about 10 or 12 years. When I finally had the opportunity to be the head director at Denham Springs High School, it was an honor. It was a privilege because this is a program with a storied history. It's always been respected around the state, and it was really a privilege to be able to take the reins of that and to see what I could do with it. And then very quickly after that, I was scooped up to be an assistant principal at Denham Junior, came back to Denham High. Now I'm here.
Unbelievable, huh? You never would have expected that a few years back, I bet, huh?
No, that was not in my 10-year career plan.
All right. Now, looking at the hallway of Denham Springs High School, it lists the valedictorians, and conspicuously absent from that list, Josh Ward, Mitch Covington, Jake Williamson. What's up with that?
I think everybody contributes in their own way. There can only be one valedictorian, and so we're going to let everybody's contributions have their own measure.
But you're still proud of them, huh?
Absolutely. You have to be proud of people that come back to Denham and support the boys and the girls around athletics and, in every sport and activity that we have.
Where is Denham Springs academically, and are there still things that you want to improve a little bit?
Well, I think it would be disingenuous to say we've made it, because I think any sport activity, any classroom is going to tell you that, in spite of our successes, there are things we can improve on. And if we don't look for the ways to improve our kids, look for ways to improve our school, we're just standing still and we're not doing anything for the community. Doesn't matter how good you get, you can always get better.
And that brings me to the next question. Some controversy as far as how schools are evaluated in the state of Louisiana. Any thoughts on that?
Tons of thoughts.
Okay.
None that I really want to flesh out
All
here.
right, okay.
I'm going to try to leave politics to politics.
All right. So I guess I can ask you about the 11th commandment, which is Go Jackets. And are the first 10 displayed at Denham Springs High School?
I believe they are.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Mr. Howard, talk a little bit about where you are facility-wise as far as a great new football field, a track for the first time, boys baseball, girls softball brought to campus, but there's still things going on. Talk about what's going to be happening as far as that goes.
Well, with a growing campus like we have, we still have room to grow. There's things we got to do. I think there's going to be breaking ground soon on a new field house to help our growing athletic sports and our soccer and track and things like that. They need a place to dress out and prepare for their activities. The STEM Center's growing, so I think they're looking to break ground in the next few months or a year here on a new facility out there to help increase classrooms and some administrative buildings. So.
All right. You haven't really inculcated the dogma of your being the one principle that Denham Springs abides by, as Johnny Lombardi in Sporting Center Jackets warm-up kept on hemming and hawing about different principles that he tries to instill, but he got confused. He said that I spelled principal the wrong way when I hadn't spelled principal. Hey, he does a great job with DSTV.
Absolutely.
You do a great job with Denham Springs High School. Thank you for joining us once again, Mr. Howard. Keep up the good work. Go
Jackets. Thank you very much. Pleasure.
That's Wes Howard, the principal at Denham Springs High School. It is the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. Josh and Mitch come back after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at John.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Are brought to you in part by Patty's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy. Denham Springs, the law office of IVL. Thank you for your support.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is right here in Denham Springs to help you select the right protection at the right price. Brandy will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. For State Farm agent Brandy Robertson, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want a good deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, DJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. It is Denham Springs trailing Hammond 14-7. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington now. Mitch, keys to the second half for the Yellow Jackets. Kind of sloppy at times in the first half. Now you get to go regroup, come out in the second half, try to put something together.
Yeah, we're going to look at the offensive side. I think the keys are going to have to be the offensive line play is going to have to be better. We got a ton of second and 14s and second and 13s. We're just not picking up yards on first down. A lot of times we're trying to run the ball there, and we just can't find any running room. And so the offensive line's going to have to clean up a few things. It's not just one area of it. Sometimes it's the right side. Sometimes it's the left side. Sometimes right through the middle. So if we can get that kind of taken care of. Defense has been holding on. Hadn't been perfect, but defense has held on and, kept the game at a close spot where we got a chance here in the second half. If we can get some things going on offense, we're not too far down. It's only 7 points. Second half, a lot of time left in this game. A lot of things can happen. So I don't think that Coach Beard would be happy where he is, but at the same time, it's definitely not out of reach. They can get right back on track if we need to.
All right, second half kickoff is coming up after this on the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Jonathan Bravo kicks it off from the 40-yard line to start this second half. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Hammond Tornadoes. They will start this drive at their own 24-yard line. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Great to have you all with us. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. That is at DS Jacket Vision, all one word. Hit that like button at the bottom. Give us a subscribe as well. And join us for the ride.
It's going to be fun. A lot of time last year and the years past, a lot of times just on the radio, but now we've got video and be on YouTube with it. Looking forward to it.
All right, going to be Tornadoes from the 24-yard line. Going to be handoff in the backfield to Bennett. Bennett will get to the line of scrimmage, and they'll give him a 1-yard gain on the carry.
Got a great effort there from defensive end Devin Mack Jr. Not a starter, but he's in here on his first possession of the second half. He did a great job of fighting through blockers, getting in the backfield, and making that first hit.
All right, going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Tornadoes. 14-7, Yellow Jackets trailing. Needing some defense to help them out and then try to get something again, as we mentioned, going on offense. On 2nd down, it'll be pistol formation. Here is the snap. Check that. That is Williams. Williams looking for some room. He is going to throw it. It is going to be somehow caught by Hammond at the 30-yard line. So, I mean, Williams just throws a little floater up there. It was actually pretty dangerous territory right there. Thought the Yellow Jackets had a chance at that one, but somehow or another, Hammond brings it down.
I'll tell you what, so many things looked great for the Jackets on it, but the end result was about a 5-yard play for Hammond because we had a great pressure from Trenton Harrison, and then Darius Scott was rushing the quarterback. He kind of threw it up for grabs. I thought Ravius Williams had a chance to rip it away from the Hammond receiver. They kind of fought over the ball, but the Hammond guy came down with it.
All right, so make it 3rd down and 4 for Hammond. It will be their own 30-yard line. Pistol formation again. It is Williams. We'll hand it off in the backfield to Bennett. Ball is on the ground, and it is going to be a loss on the play for Hammond, and that will make it 4th down. So nice defense right there by the Yellow Jackets.
3 and out, exactly what we wanted to see out of halftime right there. A little bit of ball handling issue in the backfield as on the handoff the ball was dropped, and when he picked it up, tried to run, but James Gasper, I've called his name out several times in the backfield, and once again, he was in the backfield with a hit for a loss.
Yep, and that will make it 4th down and 6 from their own 28-yard line. We'll send out Delaney to punt it away to the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Kerner back to receive for the Yellow Jackets, and we got a flag on the play.
That's going to be Jackson again on the Jacket punt rush. Stepped off sides too early, and you just can't do that. 4th and 6, they're punting it back to you. We're lucky that's not going to be a first down.
Yep.
So good thing they lost yards on it.
Yeah, that's the second time we've had them. 4th and 6, 4th and 5,
and
now we
get all sides right.
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field.
If Hammond's calling a timeout, they're going to bring the offense back out. So that penalty is going to put 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it.
All right, it's a timeout on the field. 9:56 left here in the 3rd quarter. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Back on Yellow Jackets football, going to be 4th and 1 now for the Tornadoes after the penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Going to be 4th and 1 from their own 28-yard line. Here is the snap. It's going to be direct to Bennett. Bennett is going to be hit, and I believe the Yellow Jackets are going to stop him, and it should be a turnover on downs. It's going to be close.
Measured. It's right at it. We're going to be right at the first down stick. They're going to have to measure it. Big spot here.
I'm going to say he's going to be just short, but it's just going to all depend on the spot here and the measurement. And they're not even going to measure it. Wow.
I mean,
Coach Beard
you
upset
just
about that
cannot be offsides on 4th and 6 when they're punting to you. We've dropped a punt, gave them a short field. We're offsides right here on this punt return. It's tough.
Yep, it is. That's.
And of course, the Jackets' only score came off of a bad punt snap from Hammond, so special teams are playing a big role in this game today.
I tell you what, that was not from the angle up here. It looked like it was going to be close, but they didn't even bring the sticks out, so it obviously wasn't that close. 1st and 10 For the Tornadoes, it will be their own 34-yard line. It is going to be a quarterback keeper to Williams. Williams will be pushed out of bounds for a loss on the play.
Very good job right there. Caden Allen and Ja'Cory Gross. They tried to stretch it around the right side, and both of them sitting right there waiting on the quarterback, and a loss for the Tors on the play, so a good defensive start for this possession.
14-7, Hammond with the lead over the Yellow Jackets. 9:02 left here in the third quarter. Again, thanks to Mr. Wes Howard there, principal of Denham Springs, stepping in with John Fine there during the Sunshine Cleaners halftime report. Always good to hear from him. Busy man these days. Lots going on.
A lot of kids at Denham High.
Yes, there's a lot of kids. All right, going to be second down and 11. Their own 33-yard line. Here is a snap. Will be a handoff in the backfield to Bennett. Bennett trying to find some space. He is not, as he is going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. On the tackle for the Yellow Jackets is Ravius Williams. Nice play right there for that linebacker coming through the gap.
Ravius Williams definitely made the tackle, but I'm going to give credit again. We've said his name twice here in this possession. Devin Mack was in the backfield and really made the ball carrier bounce out wide to the outside, and then Ravius Williams was right there to clean it up. So Jackets defense has done really well here. They did their job on the first set of downs, but then the offsides made it 4th and short. Hammond went for it, but the defense hadn't put their head down. They got right back to work and have them in a good spot.
All right, going to be 3rd and long now for the Tornadoes. It will be 3rd and 17. Ball will be at their own 27-yard line. It'll be a pistol formation. Here is the snap. Williams looking, and we will look to throw.
Hammond's moving on that one. Yeah, Hammond was moving that time.
So it looks like this will back up the Tornadoes even more, which is what the Yellow Jackets need here.
Well, we're getting the field position back that they picked up after going for it and getting the first down. A lot of times run off the clock, but, you know, plenty of time left. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. No time to panic right now.
All right, going to be 3rd and long now for the Tornadoes. Ball back at their own 27-yard line. Here is Williams. He drops back. He's going to look to throw. He has pressure coming. He is going to be hit back at the 10-yard line. Going to be brought down by a swarm of Yellow Jackets. Going to be 4th and a mile for the Tornadoes.
Darius Scott back there quickly, but great job at the pass coverage. 4 verticals from Hammond, sending 4 guys deep down the field. Pass coverage was there. Quarterback couldn't find anywhere to scramble. We had him pinned inside where we needed him. Great job all around on the Jacket defense on that play. Great pass rush, good pass coverage, and now they started this after the first down. They had it at the 34-yard line, and now they're punting from their 11. So that was a great defensive stand.
And a bad snap right here wouldn't be too bad either. Here is the snap. It is going to be Delaney. Ball's on the ground. He is going to pick it up and throw it, and it is going to be a turnover on downs. It is going to be great field position for the Yellow Jackets as they trail 14-7. 7:12 left in the third quarter. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is Hammond 14, Denham Springs 7. 7:12 left here in the third quarter, and the Yellow Jackets in really good shape right here, as it will be 1st and 10.
You asked for the bad snap.
I did.
The snap was fine. It's just a bad catch of the snap. Right. He didn't catch it. And Coach Beard and I were hoping maybe for an intentional grounding because the punter just kind of picked it up and slung it, but they would have had some eligible guys around there. But it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Yep, 1st and 10, 11-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Horn with an empty backfield and will await the snap. He gets it. Drops back, looks. Now he's going to throw it. He has got his man. That is going to be Goldman on the reception as he gets inside the 10-yard line, as he will get to the the Hammond 8.
Little receiver screen right there to Sean Goldman. Get some receivers out trying to block for him, get some yards there. As we mentioned in the first half, we talked about right before the half, our first down plays hadn't been very advantageous for us, so we went with a quick screen on the outside and got some positive yards and playing 2nd and 7.
Going to be 2nd down and 7. The 8-yard line of Hammond for the Yellow Jackets now. Horn with Brenton Paul in the backfield will await the snap. He will get it. Hands it off to Paul. Paul goes up the middle to the 5, hits a man, and still on his feet and will be in for the touchdown. Brenton Paul powering his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Tell you what, great job by the offensive line that time, opening up a big hole. Brenton Paul was strong on the play side. The issues in the past have been when we pulled a player, someone blitzing off that edge where the hole was or where the guard had left. But this time, both the guard and tackle pulled, and we had that backside shut down, and Brenton Paul hit a hole on the play side, exploded through, ran over a tackler at about the 2-yard line, and drove him in the end zone.
All right, that will send out Jonathan Bravo to attempt the extra point. Colton LaBeouf will be the holder. Here's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is going to be no good. Looks like he pushed it a little to the left, so it will be a 1-point game. Now, Hammond 14, Denham Springs 13, 6:22 left in the third quarter. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football. It is Hammond 14, Denham Springs 13, and it is going to be time for a Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Pauline Encartas, Nikki Giachetti, Jana Goins, Justin Summerall, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Mitch will get that scoring drive to you just after this Jonathan Bravo kickoff from the 40-yard line. Bravo will step up, kick this one away. A short end over end will be fielded at the 32-yard line. Hammond will have it there to start this drive, but the scoring drive for us, if you would, Mitch.
Just a 50-second drive that only took up 11 yards, and Brenton Paul finished it off with a 7-yard touchdown run, and with 6:22 left in the third quarter, after the missed extra point, the Jackets are trailing only 14-13.
Well, you're going to have opportunities here. You're only, 6:22 in the third quarter. You just need to put some things together, but Jonathan Bravo missing that one. Was that one that you expected there?
Well, Bravo missed it, but the ball kind of rolled back to the holder. LaBeouf did a great job of getting the ball on the tee, but the timing was all messed up, and I'm not going to put that all on Bravo.
From Bennett, from his own 32-yard line, gets to the 35, will be tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down. Looks like it's going to be right at the 40, maybe 41-yard line. It will be second and short now for the Tornadoes.
Well, after a great defensive stand to start the second half, now Hammond has come out and picked up 9 on first down. So we'd like to see our defense kind of get back out there and pick up where we left off on the last possession.
And it is going to be time for a Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. I'm feeling energized, and I have more money in my pocket, Mitch.
How so?
Well, you see, I've been to Water Tree where the first bottle for new customers is on the house.
So
sounds
that's
like a
free?
good price,
So
right?
that's a great
free, right?
price.
Doesn't that fit everybody's budget? That is the Water Tree, Railroad Avenue, in the heart of Denham Springs. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Quick and Handy Cleaners is now Sunshine Cleaners. The name has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kay Keene for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service with the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Cleaners, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak, and locations in Baton Rouge.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football, 14-13. Hammond with the advantage. Going to be second and short for the Tornadoes, their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Bennett. Gets to the 40. Gets some more positive yards. Stays on his feet as he will get just over the first down marker to the 44-yard line. Check that, the 43-yard line, but enough to move the sticks. First down, Hammond.
The Jackets were in the backfield pretty quickly, but weren't able to get him down, and then he got enough for the first down. But Lucas Gillen, the second time today, he's made a good, strong tackle on a ball carrier coming through the hole with the ball with a full head of steam. So Lucas Gillen with another good tackle, that time very physical tackle, hit him and knocked him backwards.
Will be first and 10 for the Tornadoes. They now have it at their own 43-yard line. It will be a pistol formation with Williams and Bennett. Here is the handoff to Bennett. Bennett will be hit at the line of scrimmage, and he will be brought down for no gain as he's pushed behind the line of scrimmage, but they'll give him his forward progress back at the original line of scrimmage.
Trenton Harrison there at the nose guard spot in the backfield. Someone coming off the edge. That may have been Jackson Seguin, the guy we talked about earlier that had a misstep on a punt block attempt. But, hey, once that play happens, you can't go back and relive it. You got to keep on playing it. He makes a big stop for us right there on that first down play.
Zaylen Bennett, pretty nice runner here for Hammond, a very powerful guy.
Got good size on him. He's shifty. He's got good speed. And so, yeah, Hammond's got a few good-looking players out there.
It'll be 2nd and 9. They'll give him a yard on the carry, actually. It'll be 2nd and 9 from their own 44-yard line now for the Tornadoes. It will be Williams looking to throw. He rolls. He has pressure coming. He is going to be tripped up back at the 34-yard line. Going to be 3rd and long for the Tornadoes.
Great job by the Jacket defense. Coach Womack is calling a great game right now. He brought the blitz, and it was well-timed. And there was Ravius Williams, your senior captain, one of the captains for the Yellow Jackets, and great job of running the quarterback down from the backside. He was trying to sprint away, and it was a good thing Ravius got to him because they had a running back slipping out, going to be open, but Ravius got to him before the quarterback could get rid of it.
Yellow Jacket crowd that is here on hand is coming alive here as it will be 3rd and 19 back at their own 34-yard line now for Hammond.
Big down in situation, down the distance. If we can once again force another punt attempt, hasn't always been great for Hammond getting the punt off.
It will be Williams and Bennett, shotgun formation for Williams, and we are going to have a flag on the play.
Should be a delay of game. Clock's been at 0 for a little bit. The referee, the back judge, and behind the defense, he did throw it. It was just on the logo.
Yes,
we couldn't see it.
Yeah, that's right.
We couldn't see the flag. It was on top of the yellow logo, the DS. That's why we didn't see the yellow flag, but definitely there. So Hammond backed up again. Just want to make sure we play smart here. Don't get any silly penalties.
Make it 3rd and 24 now, 29-yard line for Hammond. Williams from the shotgun. Has Bennett in the backfield with him. Here is a snap. We'll get it to Bennett. Bennett is going to be hit, escapes one tackler, then will be swarmed and stays on his feet somehow, still moving his feet, and he will be brought down as they will mark him at the 31-yard line.
Trenton Harrison, the first guy there from the nose guard position. I talked about Trenton Harrison last week. He's a very strong and powerful guy. State powerlifter champion, state champion in powerlifting, putting up high school records for Denham Springs High School in the squats and all those things. Getting through the offensive line very quickly, hitting the ball carrier in the backfield, and so hopefully the Jackets are going to get the ball in good field position here.
Going to be 4th and long for Hammond. They will have to send the punt team out to receive for the Yellow Jackets is going to be Kerner. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. There's just a couple that I have to get. Here is the punt. It's going to hit at the 45. It will roll to the 40, the 35. It will roll to the Denham Springs 30-yard line. That's where it'll be downed, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive at their own 30-yard line. Horn from the shotgun will send some receivers out in motion to the far sideline. So he waits the snap. He gets it, drops back, looks to throw, fakes it. Now will keep it himself. He's at the 35, 40, gets across the 40-yard line and to about the 43, where it'll be a Yellow Jackets first down, making it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's has live music on the weekends. Go check it out at Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
Horn was looking for Brenton Paul out of the backfield. Brenton Paul ran to the outside and was cutting back across the middle, but I think at that last minute, Horn remembered last time when he didn't see the linebacker, so he kept the ball, found a gap in the rush, and got up the middle for a first down for the Jackets. Good job by Jerry Horn.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be from their own 41-yard line now. 2:13 left here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets trail by 1. Horn from the shotgun will fake the handoff, will throw it to the 40-yard line. Is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Sean Goldman, and it's probably better that one hit the turf.
Yeah, he was kind of sliding to catch it. You don't want to slide and catch a ball behind the line of scrimmage. All you can do is lose yards on that one. But that was a long throw, almost from the right hash all the way out to the left number, and it just didn't quite have enough to get there. Horn actually was looking at Sean, maybe thinking Sean was going to bring it inside more. So something a little bit off on that screen attempt.
Second down and 10 for Denham Springs from their own 40-yard line. 41-yard line. Horn from the shotgun. Waits the snap. Gets it. Drops back. Dances around in the pocket. Rolls out now. Throws it downfield. It is going to be Brenton Paul. 35-yard line. 30, 20, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown. Brenton Paul. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Brenton Paul has shown he can run the ball through a tough defense and be physical and get in the end zone. Now he's showing you the speed out the backfield. Got to the corner, turned it up the field. Horn found him running down the right sideline for the Jackets, and he sprints the rest of the way for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Brenton Paul right there finishes off from the Jerry Horn pass, and on the move are the Yellow Jackets.
Coach Beard here is not going to go for two. A lot of times coaches chase this extra point a little bit too early. Just because you missed one extra point, don't have to give up on it. Go ahead and kick the extra point, make it a 6-point game and not a 5-point game here.
Colton LaBeouf will be the holder. It will be Jonathan Bravo to attempt the extra point. Here's a snap, and it is going to be a bad snap. Bravo is going to pick it up, and he is going to be hit to the extra point. Another problem here for the Yellow Jackets, but they do take the lead with 1:45 left here in the third quarter. It is Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Bakery. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bravo will kick it off from the 40-yard line. It is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line for Hammond. They are at the 30 and will be spun around at the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes, but brings us to a Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and life. It is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Pauline Incardis, Nikki Giachetti, Gianna Goins, Justin Summerall, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. What do you got, Mitch?
The first scoring drive of any distance for either team today, a 70-yard scoring drive for the Jackets. It took a minute and 2 off the clock. We got a touchdown pass from Jerry Horn to Brenton Paul that went 59 yards in total. And with 1:45 left in the third quarter, the Jackets now lead 19-14. Extra point there. That time wasn't a bad snap. Snap looked good. We just weren't able to catch it and get it on the tee. So just a lot of fundamental issues right now in the kicking game. Really both sides early in the year, that's kind of playing out.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. They will start this drive at their own 33-yard line. Here is the snap. It'll be a handoff in the backfield to Bennett. Bennett will no, that's a new running back now. That is going to be 28 there. Let me get that number for you real quick. And we don't have it because
didn't get a great roster from Hammond.
I'm not trying to throw any shade at Hammond, but after a few attempts of getting a roster, was unable to get it. Found something to put together on the old internets, and so we don't have 28. So unfortunately, I can't give him the credit.
But a good job by Trenton Harrison running that play down. The Jacket defense has been superb in this third quarter. We got to finish this 1:05 left of the third quarter. It might not make me give the announcer jinx, but they've been super so far this quarter.
All right, it is going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Tornadoes. Here's a handoff again in the backfield, getting to the 35, 36, bringing down at the 37-yard line. And that'll make it 3rd down now for Hammond.
Another good tackle there, Jackson Sagan. And I mentioned earlier he made a mistake on a punt team earlier, but man, he's made 2 big plays for the Jacket defense since then. It's great to see him put that behind him and stepping up and helping the team out.
All right, going to be 3rd down and about 6 for the Tornadoes. They will have it at their own 37-yard line. 25 seconds left here in this third quarter. Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. And it looks like Hammond will have to snap this one here as the play clock and game clock is about a 6-second difference.
They're going to have trouble. They ran the guy on the field really late, and they're going to waste a timeout now. They didn't want to lose the 5 yards.
Yep, will be a timeout. Hammond with 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. We'll be back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
As we welcome back in Yellow Jackets football, just 5 ticks left here in the third quarter. Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. So Hammond would have lost that 5 yards there, so they burn a timeout in order to preserve that. So it will now be 3rd and 6 from their own 37-yard line now for the Tornadoes. Here is the snap. Ball's on the ground. Williams is going to have to pick it up. He tries to get it, and he will get it to Bennett. Bennett gets to the 45. Will be pushed out of bounds around midfield, as that will do it for third quarter action here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Looks like it's going to be a first down for the Tornadoes, as Bennett with the nice third down run right there. So we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we head to the fourth quarter from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
As we welcome back in, fourth quarter action about ready to get underway here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, Jake Williamson, John Fine, Lamine Figueroa back in the studio. We are coming to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. And our newest wrinkle at DS Jacket Vision on YouTube. Hopefully you are getting to enjoy the game in whichever way you are able to. But if you are watching on YouTube, hit that like button at the bottom and hit subscribe as well.
I heard they may be watching this at Big Mike's.
I heard there may be a rumor about that. Well, if anything, I know Big Mike was. He had a comment about John Fine earlier. We'll save that for all fair. Here is Williams on 1st and 10, going to throw it downfield, looking for his receiver. Going to be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be a big play right there. Denham Springs. Who was the interception?
Jaden Washington,
Jaden
sophomore.
Washington, yes. There you go.
Jaden Washington had great coverage early in the game on one play. Then he got caught on a pass interference after that, but here he is once again. Hammond tried to take a deep shot. They haven't found much success against the Jacket defense this half, so when they got a little bit of breathing room, they said, take a shot down the field, see what happens. No go, because Jaden Washington was right there with great coverage, went up high and caught the ball and fought the receiver for it. So Jackets are taking over with a 5-point lead.
All right, they will take over after the Washington interception. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive at their own 23-yard line. It will be Horn with a pistol formation. Brenton Paul in the backfield. 4 receivers to the near sideline. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Paul. Paul coming to the near side. Gets to the 30. Will be tackled inside the 30-yard line as he will get up to the 31. Nice first down run by Brenton Paul.
Tell you what, got to give the Jacket offensive line some credit. We talked about it at halftime. We got to try and get it shored up a little bit. A lot of run-throughs, a lot of Hammond guys in the backfield. Well, not this half, all right? It's the third and fourth quarter right now. We're finding some running room. Brenton Paul's able to get behind those guys, find the holes, get upfield. We've got to keep that moving forward this fourth quarter.
Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. We are just underway here. Fourth quarter action from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It will be Horn on 2nd and 3. We'll hand it off to Paul again. Paul will try to find some room, and he will be pushed out of bounds on the near sideline. And it will be 3rd and I think 1 from the 33-yard line.
You know, as you think about how the game may play out in the last 11 minutes, know that Hammond burnt 2 timeouts in that third quarter. And so when the Jackets have, had a 12-0 run here in the second half, now that we have the lead, too early to really start milking the clock. But if we can put a few first downs together, if we can get a drive and get some more points on the board, Hammond's going to have a trouble with the clock later on with only 1 timeout.
All right, 10:43 left here in the fourth quarter, and we've got a tornado down on the field. So it looks he's going to jump up rather quickly. And that looks like to be Bryce Carter, defensive back for the Tornadoes, as he will need a little help. It looks like he was about to hop up, and he is now going to get on his backside, and now he's going to hop up. So,
well, if we got a moment here, so I'd like to say, the offensive line really have done a phenomenal job this second half. Even on the passing plays, Horn has had a lot of time to find receivers, and they've done a good job of keeping Jerry Horn clean in the backfield. I don't think it's been a whole lot of scheme change because we ran a counter earlier and scored a touchdown with Brenton Paul. That's one of the plays that we were having trouble with in the first half. So the guys have just done a really good job of picking up their assignments, making sure they know where they're going, and doing a good job of keeping Hammond out of our backfield. And if you notice, we haven't had a lot of 2nd and 15s this half where we lived in that area in the first half.
All right, it is going to be 3rd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 33-yard line. Check that 32-yard line. They need to get to the 33 to get the first down. Here is a handoff going to push forward, and it is going to be a first down for the Yellow Jackets. It is Jerry Horn with the keeper, not the handoff. Horn with the keeper, but we have a flag on the play, so we'll have to see what this one is about. Looks like it may be against Denham Springs.
Might be a face mask. I think Hammond guys are now starting to show some frustration. At first, they were all pointing, but maybe we'll get a face mask at the end of it.
All right, we will wait to see what the call is, and I think you are right, Mitch. Face mask against the Hammond Tornadoes.
That was my desperation hope. I was just like, because the Hammond guys were clapping at first. I was like, man, I don't know what could have happened there, holding or somebody aiding the runner. But then once I saw some Hammond players turn around and kind of put their hands on their hips, figured it might go our way.
That is going to be a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Happy hour 3 to 7 weekdays and all day on Sunday. That is at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
Horn did a really good job right there. Just a quarterback sneak behind the sophomore center, Bryson McCabe. And then you got Angel Villagomez and Jackson Martin, the other 2 guards on each side of them, just forming that wedge and getting Jerry the yards that were needed.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 41-yard line. Jerry Horn, a pistol formation. Paul in the backfield. 4 receivers set out to the far side again. Horn going to keep it himself yet again. Gets to the 45, still on his feet, still fighting, gets across midfield, and he will pick up another first down as the pile with Jerry Horn right in the middle continues to move, and they will mark him down at the Hammond 46-yard line. First down for the Yellow Jackets. Another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check out Big Mike's on Facebook. That's Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
Shout out to the patrons at Big Mike's if they are watching the game while they're eating. Look, I don't know if that was a design quarterback read by Jerry Horn. Somebody did get in the backfield quickly, but I know Horn pulled the ball out and found a hole on the left side of the offensive line and got upfield quickly and then powerfully. He drove guys forward an extra 5-6 yards after the play.
Yep, very nice run right there by Jerry Horn. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Hammond 46-yard line. 9:13 left here in this fourth quarter. It is Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. Got a timeout on the field. Yellow Jackets will call the timeout. It will be their first of the half. And with 9:08 left, we will take this timeout. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
We'll get back in Yellow Jackets football. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets 46-yard line of Hammond. It is going to be a handoff to Brenton Paul, who will get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, going back to that timeout, I'm not sure. We saw in the first half, I know for sure I could see the coach's reaction on the sideline. There was a headset issue. I don't know if just then there was a headset issue or not, but the play call got in really late, so we had to use a timeout to not get a delay. So you kind of hate that because we had Hammond's defense on their heels. We've had a lot of momentum right now. We got them moving, picking up a couple first downs in a row. Kind of gave them a chance there to catch their breath and regroup.
Makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets now from the Hammond 46-yard line. Pistol formation. Horn will wait the snap. Here it is. He will hand it off to Paul. Paul goes right up the middle, gets to the 40-yard line, and will be brought down right around the 40. So will be 3rd down and 5 or 6, depending on where they mark him.
Yeah, a good, powerful run. Jackets electing to keep the ball on the ground right here, trying to pick up some yards and also working on that clock now with 8 minutes left. 3rd and 6 from the 41. We saw that the Yellow Jackets did punt from this area early in the game, so I think if we don't get the 1st down, unless it's going to be about a yard or so, we're probably going to end up having to punt, so we got one play to get 6 yards.
On 3rd down, it will be from the Hammond 41-yard line. On 3rd and 5, here is the snap. Horn drops back, looks to throw, has pressure, going to fire it. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Tylen Haynes at the 38-yard line. Going to be 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Haynes was coming open on a crossing route across the middle, but a rusher got in Horn's face as he tried to throw it at first, so he kind of pump faked, and then when he threw it a second time, the cornerback had time to catch up to Haynes and get there to break the pass up. Looked like it was open early, but wasn't able to get the timing of the pass off as quick as we needed to.
All right, looks like we have an injury on the field. It is on the far sideline. It looks like we have a Hammond tornado down, so as they have a look at that, we will step away for a moment. 19-14, Yellow Jackets with the advantage. 7:41 left in the game. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by DJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Daddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Going to be 4th down and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. They will have it at the Hammond 42-yard line. We'll send out the punt team. That will be Trenton Harrison to punt it away to the Tornadoes.
I'd like to see one more Hammond mistake on special teams here.
Here is the snap. Harrison's going to have to pick up as the ball was on the ground. It is going to be a bad punt, and it is not going to it's going to be a tough spot there as Harrison had a hard time handling the snap there as he had to get up and get rid of it, and going to be decent field position for the Tornadoes to start this drive.
Yeah, going to turn out only being about a 6-7 yard punt. The ball didn't hit him in the hands, and then Trenton wasn't able to pick it up cleanly, and he rushed his punt and didn't get off a good one. So go lean on our Jacket defense here. They've been strong this half, but it only takes one drive right now when you're only up 5 points. So we got to make sure we stay strong and stay in our keys and know what we got to do.
Little score update for you. Our parish rival Walker 43-7 over Ponchatoula right now. So a team we just saw last week is having a good night in their opener. Going to be 1st and 10. Tornadoes, their own 36-yard line. Here is Williams. Will pass it into the backfield. That is going to be to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Going to be hit and wrapped up. Let's see. They think they're giving him forward progression around the 42. So nice 1st down run right there by the Tornadoes on the carry. Yep, another one that don't have quite the number for. So we do apologize for that, folks. We tried to get all the information we could from Hammond High once they arrived here at Yellow Jacket Stadium, but a official roster was not to be had this week.
Little toss sweep around the right side, found a little bit of running room. We were talking all about the rain before the game, and it rained all day long until right at about kickoff. It really hasn't rained since kickoff.
Been a little light drizzle from time to time, I believe, but nothing of what we saw in the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up for sure. It's going to be pistol formation, a bad snap. Ball is going to be on the ground, waiting to see if the Tornadoes are able to recover it, and I think they do, so that will make it 3rd down now for Hammond.
If I had seen Hammond under center at all tonight, I would think the center just forgot that they were in shotgun because the ball looked like he just snapped it straight up like you would if a quarterback's under center. Just kind of hit himself in the behind with the ball, and it laid around on the ground for a little bit. Quarterback quickly rushed up there and got it, and at least didn't lose possession of it for Hammond. But for the Jacket defense, a big down here, 3rd and 4.
Going to be 3rd and 4 for the Tornadoes. Ball at the 42-yard line. They will play it from their own 42. Pistol formation. Here is Williams. Will hand it off in the backfield. That is going to be Bennett. Checking back in. He's at the 45 across midfield. Still on his feet. Spins around at the Denham Springs 45. And will get to the Yellow Jacket 43-yard line for a 1st down for the Tornadoes.
Found a little running room on their counterplay to the left. If I think about it now, going back to that first quarter, about 3 times they found success on that counterplay to the left.
What you got there? Water break
Yep.
timeout. All right, that makes it our final Water Tree of Denham Springs Hydration Break, bottles of premium classic and natural antioxidant alkaline H2O product, pH. You got all that, Mitch?
Not really. I went to McNeese State. I'm not necessarily a, learned man.
Well, let me help you break it down for you. The Water Tree may help you feel better, look better, and live longer with perfect hydration. That is the Water Tree, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. We're back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto, and guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. State Farm's Brandy Robertson is your go-to agent in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. Try combining home and auto today. Brandy Robertson will help you mix and match things perfectly. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rate. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premium will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
On 1st and 10, it was a handoff to Bennett in the backfield from the 43-yard line of Denham Springs, and he will pick up about 5 yards on the carry. So Bennett took a little rest there in the last couple of series, but checked back in now and seems to be refreshed.
Same play, that counter to the left, and that's been their best play of the night, most consistent. We're in a similar spot. Now, there's 5.5 minutes left. It's not the very end of the game, but it's starting to get down that way. Last week, the defense had to make a big stand to preserve the win for us, and getting kind of close to that moment again tonight.
Going to make it 2nd down and 6 from the Denham Springs 39-yard line for the Hammond Tornadoes. It will be Williams from a pistol formation. We'll send a couple of guys in motion. He has Bennett lined up behind him. Gets a snap. We'll hand it down to Bennett. Bennett will be hit, spins around, will be brought down at the 40-yard line. Will lose a yard on the carry. So really impressed with Bennett, what he's able to do with that initial hit and the spin around that he has. But Yellow Jackets right there are able to bring him down.
James Gasper, that's about the 5th time I've called his name for hitting the backfield, and he's doing a good job of getting back there. Hammond had all kind of shifts going on, and they may have outsmarted themselves a little bit on that one because they shifted and moved people around, and then they tried to counter back to the left side, and Gaspar did a great job of reading it and shot through the gap and made a big hit.
All right, going to be 3rd and 7 from the 40-yard line now for the Tornadoes. They will be at the Denham Springs 40, big 3rd down here for this Yellow Jackets defense. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Hammond's going to have to go quick here. And they will have to burn their final timeout of the game with 4:16 left in the 4th quarter. Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
4:16 left here, 4th quarter, Yellow Jackets Stadium. It is Denham Springs 19, Hammond 14. Hammond now out of timeout, so the clock now becomes very favorable for the Yellow Jackets.
Very much so. Very much so. Hammond's used all 3 of their timeouts, so now they've put themselves in a spot that they pretty much have to go score on this drive because the Jackets can milk most of the rest of the clock after this.
Going to be 3rd and 7 from the Yellow Jacket 40-yard line. It will be Williams from the shotgun, has Bennett in the backfield. Here is a snap. Will be a keeper all the way as Williams comes to the near sideline, gets to the 40, be pushed out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line. Will be 4th down now for the Tornadoes, and it is do or die time for them.
Definite go-for-it situation here. Big chance for the Jackets to get off the field, and it's going to be right at 4 minutes after this play. So Jackets can easily milk 2 minutes and 20 seconds, even if they don't get a first down with the possession because Hammond's out of timeout. So one big stop right here may put us about 1 first down away from ending this ball game.
Will be 4th down and 3. Ball will be at the 36-yard line of Denham Springs.
All right, big play. They can run, they can pass. I'd watch out for the counter to the left side. That's been their most consistent play tonight. Jackets are going to have to, step up. You really can't commit to anything. They could pass it short. They could run it. The quarterback could try and get around the end. A lot of the things are open for Hammond right here, so you just really got to try and be sound in what you're doing defensively.
All right, going to be 4th down and 3, 36-yard line. Play clock at 15 seconds. Hammond with plenty of time here. Going to be a direct snap to Bennett as they line it up. Here is the snap. Bennett going to go to his left. He gets to the 35, the 30 still on his feet at the 25, and will have the first down and keeps Hammond alive here in this one with 4 minutes left in the game.
They went there with their jumbo package and their short yardage offense right there, and he found enough blocking on the left edge and to pick up what he needed.
Yep. It will be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. It will be at the Yellow Jacket 24-yard line. Here is a snap to Bennett yet again, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the Denham Springs 20, and that will stop the clock with 3:44.
Same play. They went back with it quickly. Tough break for the Jackets. Rancher Miller's helmet came off, so he's got to come out for a play. And Rancher Miller, our most seasoned veteran back there in the backfield, a 3-year starter for the Jackets. We really need him on the field. He's just going to be out for one play, but big spot right here on this play for the Jackets.
Yep, will be 2nd down for Hammond. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball will be at the Yellow Jacket 21-yard line. As Hammond will break the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and get ready to go on with that jumbo package yet again. Direct snap. It is going to be to Williams this time, coming to the near side. He's at the 20, the 15, going to be pushed out of bounds around the Yellow Jacket 10-yard line. So a first down for the Tornadoes. That should be about 1st and goal. Looks like they're going to put it right at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Tornadoes.
And I'm going to be honest, that was a spot where Rancher Miller would have been. His replacement was trying to set the edge on that corner, and he got blocked, and they were able to get out to the edge and pick up the yards needed. I don't know if Rancher could have stopped that play, but I'd like to see him out there.
All right, we have an injury on the field. Let's see, looks like a few cramps here tonight, huh, Mitch?
Yeah, a lot early in the season you're going to get that. And most of the injuries you could tell that as the trainers were working on them, it was just little cramps and minor injuries for a few guys, most of them that we've seen tonight. And so it's a similar spot for Hammond here. But much like we were last week, here we are late in the game. The other team has now got the ball down in the red zone of the Jackets. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 10. So the only advantage we got there is they got to get the full 10 yards. So they got a full 10 yards to go. Jacket defense is going to have to step up. They've been playing, the best unit tonight. That's been our best unit on the field. So win or lose, I think this is the unit we want to try and get it done for us.
Yep, it will be 1st and goal for the Tornadoes from the Yellow Jacket 10-yard line, and it will be 3:34 left here in the 4th quarter. Yellow Jackets hanging on by a 5-point lead, 19-14. Here is the snap, going to be a direct snap to Bennett, who gets across the 10, will be tackled shy of the 5-yard line. Looks like going to put him down around the 7 or 8-yard line.
You know who tackled him? Rancher Miller was there making the tackle. That was right that spot where he wasn't the play before because his helmet had come off, but he was right in there making a good stop just then.
They're going to go quickly here. Bennett will take the direct snap again. We'll try to go to the left side. Will be hit immediately by a swarm of Yellow Jackets, and it will be no gain on the carry. Quickly brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, ever since that 4th down play where they went with the jumbo package, Hammond's left the jumbo package on the field the whole time here. The last 3 or 4 plays, really 5 plays in a row. The Jackets here twice in a row have now stopped them for just 1 yard on 2 plays, playing 3rd and 9.
Yep, will be 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line for Hammond.
Still sticking with the jumbo package.
3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. It is jumbo package. It'll be a direct snap to Bennett. Bennett going to come to the near sideline. Now he's going to throw it into the air, and it is going to be incomplete. Going to be 4th and goal for the Tornadoes from the Yellow Jacket 9-yard line.
Well, for the first time with something different out of that formation, they try to pass, but Rancher Miller was in the backfield so quick. He hit the quarterback with the ball, the running back who's really playing quarterback on the direct snap here, and didn't allow him to get a pass off that was able to be caught because they leaked the guy out the field, out to the flat area, almost to the goal line. He just couldn't get a pass out there. Rancher had a big hit.
Yellow Jacket fans here in Yellow Jacket Stadium on their feet, making some noise for 4th and goal from the Yellow Jacket 9-yard line. 2:51 left in the 4th quarter. Jumbo package yet again. Looks like it's going to be a direct snap. This time it is going to be to Williams. Williams rolls, look to throw towards the end zone. It is going to be up in the air, and it is going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs as the pass went to the end zone. It was a close one, but a turnover on downs. Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe. However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life, So whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes at Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well. So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at their own 9-yard line. It will be Jerry Horn, pistol formation. Yellow Jackets 19, Hammond 14. Here's a snap. Hands it off to Paul. Paul up the middle will get to the 10-yard line, to the 11. Looks like they will mark him down at the 11-yard line. It'll be second down now for the Yellow Jackets. But 2:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets, first down, would pretty much put this one away.
It'd be close to it. I want to talk about that fourth down play. Jaden Washington, he came up big with an interception earlier. He was there with a pass breakup. Jackets were fortunate that the quarterback didn't find the tight end in the back of the end zone. He was uncovered. He threw it to the front of the end zone. Jaden Washington there to knock it away. So clockwise here, if the Jackets can get one first down, they're going to take a knee at this point. We don't want to send the punt team out there. Had a few struggles with that so far tonight. We want to get a first down and be able to start taking a knee, but we are 8 yards away from that.
Brenton Paul's helmet comes off on the play, so he will check out, and Slade Daigle will check into his place for this next play on 2nd down and 8 from the 11-yard line.
I might keep it with Jerry Horn.
Horn will keep it himself. Good call there, Coach Mitch. And he will get to the 15-yard line, still on his feet, fighting for yards, still on his feet, and they will put him down about the 18-yard line, just 1 yard short of the first down. Makes it 3rd and 1 for Denham Springs.
Brenton has been running great, and then his helmet popped off. He had to come out, so that was my thought. Let's get it in Jerry Horn's hands. He can run the ball, and he was another strong, powerful run. Picked up 8 yards, so facing 3rd and 1. So the Jackets are definitely 1 yard away from victory if we can get this first down and put this game away.
Clock ticking with 1:34 left here in this fourth quarter. 19-14 Yellow Jackets with the lead, and 1 yard away from putting this one away. It will be pistol formation as Brenton Paul will check back in. Horn will get the snap, will hand it off to Paul. Paul has the first down. Oh, or did they stuff him back? It's going to be right at the original line of scrimmage. So he will be back at the 17-yard line, and he needed to get to the 18-yard line. He needed to get to the 19. 4th and short now.
Just a little personal opinion. I would have liked to maybe seen us just let the clock come down and call a timeout, get everybody settled down. Maybe you don't want to let Hammond's defense get settled, but it looked like we were trying to milk the clock a little bit, and Horn was going to snap it with about 4 seconds on the play clock. Our left tackle didn't quite get off the snap with everybody else, and they got somebody in the backfield, and Brenton Paul did a good job of making him miss, but he didn't hit the hole as quick as he normally would have, so we didn't pick up the first down there.
Well, it looked like Horn's progression, like he was going to fall forward enough to get it, and then they just stood him up, and how was that? Now we have a timeout on the field, and Yellow
29
Jackets,
seconds.
Yep, Yellow Jackets will call a timeout with 29 seconds left here in the game. 19-14 Yellow Jackets lead. We are back for the final after this on Yellow Jackets football.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
4th and 1 for the Yellow Jackets, 18-yard line. They will keep the offense out on the field. Jerry Horn will be under center. Here is the snap. They're going to try to move it forward. They're going to try to pick up the first down, and Yellow Jackets think they have it. Hammond thinks they don't. Looks like the spot should be enough for a Yellow Jacket first down.
A lot of second effort. And just like we weren't sure if Hammond got it earlier, I think that second effort was going to get it for Jerry Horn right here. That ball spot the 20, that's going to be a first down.
That is the first down for the Yellow Jackets and a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's delivers through Waiter and Grubhub. That is Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line. As the clock runs with 13 seconds left, they don't even have to run another play.
Horn wants to take a knee. He doesn't have to. The game's going to end. Just back away. Back away.
Horn will be under center. Yeah, now he looks up at the clock and realizes, hey, we don't have to do anything. Clock hits triple zeros. The Jackets win, and you can win by visiting Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That is Bank Plus, 822 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Yellow Jackets win over Hammond, 19-14. When we return, it'll be the Ralph Seller Chevrolet post-game show brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. Ralph Seller Chevrolet is located at 15015 Florida Boulevard and open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at that Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Our good friend Jim McChristian, go see him over there at Ralph Sellers. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jackson Vision, are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the Law Office of IVL Graham, Ryan Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses. Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
James Drugstore is your locally owned and operated pharmacy. James has been serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years. Your independent pharmacy, James is committed to your health. Their pharmacists are there to serve you. Quick, accurate, professional. Old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drugstore, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It is the Ralph Seller Chevrolet post-game show, 1914 Yellow Jackets with the win here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. First Bank Plus win of the season. We hope there's many more of those. But, John, not the prettiest thing in the world, but that doesn't matter. You're 1-0 to start the season. That's all that matters.
No doubt about that. Jackets got outplayed in the first half. Probably fortunate to be within 7 points. The third quarter, the Jackets really take control and won a fourth quarter with no points being scored. A lot of excitement going on. Hammond gets on the scoreboard first. Bennett with a 5-yard run with 5:36 left to be played in the first quarter. Extra point makes it 7-0 Hammond. That's the score at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Horn to Haynes on 4th and 9 from the Hammond 24-yard line, making it 7-7. With 9:40 left, Jackets go 24 yards in a little bit more than 2 minutes. Then Melvin Williams with a 31-yard pick six for Hammond with 7.5 left in the second quarter. The score is 14-7. That's the halftime score. Third quarter really went in the Jackets' direction as Paul with a 7-yard run, giving the Jackets the lead. Hammond retains a 1-point lead as the extra point is no good. 14-13, Hammond leads. Jackets go 11 yards in 50 seconds, and with 6:22 remaining, again, Hammond up by 1 point. Then the Jackets with a 59-yard pass, Horn to Paul. Extra point dropped The attempt was no good as the holder unable to hold on to the football. So the Jackets go up 19-14. Denham going 70 yards and just over 9 minutes for the winning score. First play of the fourth quarter, Washington with a big interception for the Jackets. Denham Springs unable to capitalize. And Washington with another big play coming down the stretch as a 1-yard incomplete pass to the end zone. Washington with a breakup. I should say Williams with the incomplete pass to the end zone. Washington with a breakup. Jackets take over on downs. And Denham Springs winning 19-14.
All right, so a big win here for the Yellow Jackets. Again, as we said, kind of outplayed in certain aspects of it, but was able to put it just enough to get this win here at Yellow Jacket Stadium to start the season off 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was Esther Anderson for you Sanford and Sons fans.
I knew that's where we were going.
An
That's
ugly win.
UGLY.
Yeah,
But I know Coach Beard would say that we're wrong on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a W, and it looks good for the Jackets.
All right. Thank you, John. We will talk with you next week. Good work as always.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Josh, for your hard work putting together this YouTube broadcast along with Jake Williamson, Darren Ferrante. Mitch Covington, I guess he didn't show up, so he didn't mess things up. But no, Mitch also helping us out, too. Greatly appreciate his efforts. And what did Big Mike say about me?
I'll say it. He said John Fine doesn't belong on television.
Well, you know what? I really resent that because the reason I don't belong on television is because of you, Big Mike. I got this stomach here because of you, Big Mike O'Neill. And here you are casting aspersion on me? Come on, Josh. Let's put the responsibility where it belongs. Big Mike, you need to be accountable.
There you go. Thank you, John. We'll talk with you next week, and we will be back with more after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
Has changed, but not the same great service you've received throughout the years. Hats off to Scooter and Kate for everything they've done to help the Livingston Parish community. The Moore family at Sunshine Cleaners has been in business since 1995 and looks forward to offering the same great service, the same great staff you've come to rely on. Family owned and operated, that's Sunshine Springs, Walker, and locations in
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM.
Let me get on the mic.
And on YouTube at CS Jackson Vision are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sports Clips, and Hammond Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in. Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. 19-14 Yellow Jackets with the win here from Yellow Jacket Stadium against Hammond High School. Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington. Mitch, we were sitting there listening to John replay it, or recount the game for us. Yellow Jackets going to be happy to get out of here with a win here tonight. There were some mistakes that clearly you need to clean up, but some things that you did at times that were good enough to get the win. Week one, I don't know. Do you blame the weather? Was it, other factors that go into it? You played so well against Zachary. You played so well against Walker. Didn't quite look the same as that here tonight, but you survive and advance in a sense. You're 1-0. Now you get to regroup, and now you got to go play Central next week.
Yeah, it certainly didn't get off to a smooth start. It did rain all day long, and I don't know if that played in anybody's mind or anything like that. I'm not sure the weather really had a lot to do with it because it did pretty much stop close to it at game time. Of course, we're in the press box. Maybe it did rain a little bit out there, but it wasn't raining heavy at any point. If anything, it was just a light mist out there. But kind of sloppy at times, but I am going to go ahead. We talked a bit off air and take a little bit of a defense on one side of the ball anyway. I don't think it was an ugly win for Coach Chris Womack and his defense, man. They played great. They did a super job. They held Hammond to 7 points. Remember, 7 points came off of a pick six, and the 7 points that Hammond did get on the defense, they had a 24-yard drive. So it wasn't like they drove the length of the field. When the defense had to step up at the end, Hammond put the drive together. That last gasp at it, trying to pull out something. The Jackets made the big stop, held them short there as they neared the red zone. And so great job on that side of the ball. The defense really stood up and held their ground as they needed to. Offense made some plays when they had to. First half, we talked about a few things that maybe to clean up. The offensive line played much better in the second half. Found some run room. Brenton Paul had a super night. Brenton Paul ran the ball well. Had a big catch and run, of course, that 70-yard touchdown reception that he had. Or 59-yard, I guess, was the reception. The drive was 70 yards. But he played a big hand in the Jackets winning tonight. And so there's definitely positive to take. We saw some improvement throughout the game. But, yeah, it started kind of awkwardly a little bit. And then Hammond's got a pretty decent ball club out there. They play well. They could make some plays. They have some big boys and some guys that can run. And so it was definitely a tough challenge. And just 2 weeks in a row now we've seen it. And hopefully this is a team that's going to be really mentally tough. It comes down to the end of the game, and either team could make a play and win. And it's the Jacket defense that made plays last week against Walker, and the Jacket defense making plays today and coming out with a W.
I was going to say, you have to give credit where it's due. Hammond came in here a little unknown as far as what we knew about him. Like I said, 2018 was the last time Denham Springs played him. And they got a new coach who's only been there for a few years now. So just not knowing what to expect. But as Coach Beard said in his interview, he said, look, they're going to go off the bus and you're going to see some big guys on there. We saw that with their running back. We saw that with some of the other players. They're a good team. Obviously, getting the win against them is the main goal here. But you got to give credit where it's due. Hammond came in here and played a good game against the Yellow Jackets.
They definitely did. Like I said, they've got a few guys that are scary. You can see them get to the corner. If you missed your assignment and you let somebody get to the edge, they're going to be able to get down the sideline and move it. They had some big receivers and guys that can make some plays. Maybe they weren't as strong in the passing game as maybe some other teams that we're going to see later on in the year. But when they did try to make plays, sophomore cornerback Jaden Washington, man, he had an interception and he had the big pass breakup on 4th down as the Jackets, was able to save the win with that. So big game by him.
You get the win. You're 1-0 to start the season. We'll take our final timeout. When we come back here, we will start to look to the rivalry renewed.
Can I just add one thing?
You sure can.
1-0. Brian Kelly could take some notes from Coach Beard. Coach Beard has been 1-0 for most of the time here at Denham Springs High School. I'm a little bit tired of the Tigers starting 0-1, though.
You and a lot of other people, my friends. So, again, we'll take our final timeout. When we come back here, we'll wrap it up and start looking to, again, that rivalry renewed between Denham Springs and Central. Kicks off again next week, and that will be from Wildcat Stadium. It's going to be an exciting one. So we'll be back with more after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modag 1 individual sewage treatment system, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
It is the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. 1914 Yellow Jackets with the win here at Yellow Jacket Stadium over the Hammond Tornadoes. Josh Ward continuing with Mitch Covington here. All right, so this one's in the books. You're 1-0. You definitely got some things to improve on. You definitely got some things you can go look at and say, we could do this better, we could do that better. But you better do it quick, because across the Amite River there is the rival Central Wildcats. You've been on a 2-year hiatus. And we kind of like to get into that with Coach Beer. I'm going to have to be like, so that 2 years off, whose idea was that? And we know what the answer is there, Mitch. Our friends over at Central decided, they were a little upset about the redistricting, is my understanding. Depends on who you ask. I don't want to get into all that right now. You know what?
Well, all I know is we hadn't played them in a couple of years, and so the last time we played them was a playoff game, and what was it, 42-14 was the final score, I believe. It was quite a dominating win for the Yellow Jackets, so we've had bragging rights for almost 3 years now.
That's right.
And so Central's had a long time to sit around there and stew over it, and then Coach Semino is now in his second year, head coach second year, I believe, at Central High School, and he wanted to renew the rivalry and was ready to get back into it with Denham Springs, and so we're happy to have that. We love that rivalry. I know they love to play it. We love to play it, and so it's going to be a big game because Central's got a pretty good ball club now. They had a great year last year, and they went out last night and put up a big win. So we better fix up what we had to clean up from this week and be ready to strap it on next week.
Well, that's the thing too, that they will have a shorter week. They will have a little more rest time than the Yellow Jackets will have had this week. It's only one day, but that can be, that's a difference. We talk about when we play the Thursday night games, the advantage you have of kind of having that little extra rest time, a little more time to get healthy, if you will, if you ever got nicked up. And then these early season games, people do get nicked up, the cramps and the little things here and the little nitpicky stuff. But going back to Central next week is going to be a huge thing. These two teams, the rivals that they are, as you mentioned, the new administration that's over there with Coach Semino, the new, just everything. It's a whole new look over there with Central. Now that Coach Edwards is now trying to be mayor of Baton Rouge. But, we'll see what happens with that. But nonetheless, both teams are going to be ready for this one next week.
Both teams definitely are, and I know they're going to hear a lot about how much this rivalry meant in the past, and now we haven't played in 2 years, so a lot of that will be talked about this week, and they've got a good ball club, and our guys are going to be extremely confident. I mean, you can't help but be confident the way we've started this season, played a great scrimmage with Zachary, went out and beat Walker in the Jamboree, and now pulled out a win tonight, and so our guys are going to be confident as we get in there, head over to Central, and so going to be an exciting week. I know everybody's looking forward to it.
You've been a part of a lot of those games. For
3-0 against Central. So in football, we didn't lose.
He remembers that, yes. But, and it does mean so much. Two communities so close to each other. And, I mean, when you talk about this rivalry, until the 2-year hiatus, it was one of the longest standing ones still in this Baton Rouge area.
Oh, definitely. The longest continuous, two teams playing each other in the Baton Rouge area for sure. You start looking around the state, and there were very few teams that had played more consistently than we had. And so now there has been a 2-year hiatus. And so, they didn't like us beating them 42-14 in the playoffs. So they said, we quit. We don't want to play no more. And now a couple years later, they're ready to get back after it. And so we better be ready for it.
Absolutely, and it will be an exciting one. Of course, we'll be here with you for all the action on the Sportin' Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. That'll be at 6 o'clock. But, Mitch, before we close this out here, final thoughts on this one as we've kind of broken it down. Obviously, you get the win, some things to improve on them, move forward from this one. It's kind of one that you just want to put this one out. You want to learn what you have to learn from it, but then kind of just put it in the rearview mirror because you didn't play your best game, and you know that.
It wasn't the best game. It wasn't the smoothest game, but you did, show that, toughness inside of you, mental toughness to find a way to get it done. Offense found a way to get points when they had a chance to do it. Capitalized on the play, on the situation, had a big play with Brenton Paul down the sideline to score a touchdown and take the lead. Defense held strong when they had to, even when Hammond made a big push. I mean, they got down there close. It was 1st and goal at the 10, but the defense held strong and did what they needed to do. So you find a way to get a win. That's what's important. These games count. Now, the Jamboree didn't count back last week. We talked about that. Well, this one counted, and it mattered. You want to make the playoffs. You got to start getting these wins and rack up those points. And so that's a great win to start out the season. And then, of course, a lot of things you can work on to get better at. It looked like we probably came out the game pretty healthy. There was a few guys that were injured. Most of them got back in, so I'm not sure we have any serious injuries. So that's a good positive out of the night. So everybody's going to keep learning and keep getting better. And the more you play, the more you get out there, the more film you have to learn from as the players, the more timing you get to work with the receivers, Jerry Horn and the receivers out there, the linemen working together, making their checks, getting their blocks where they need to be, running backs fitting in those holes. All of that works better later in the year with the experience that you get. So it's good that you didn't play great and you still won. And so now hopefully next week we're going to play great and we win also.
Oh, yes, it would be nice to be 2-0, especially over the rival Central Wildcats. So, again, that will be next week at Wildcat Stadium, 6 o'clock, Sporting Center, Yellow Jackets warm-up. That is going to do it for us here on the Ralph Steller Chevrolet postgame show, brought to you by Ralph Steller Chevrolet, that Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years, just across the Amy River Bridge at 15015 Florida Boulevard. It is Ralph Steller Chevrolet. Our good friend over there, Jim McChristian, good friend of the Yellow Jacket service and parts manager. Go see him at Ralph Steller Chevrolet, that is just across the river there at Ralph Steller Chevrolet. Go see our friends. All right, that will do it for us here. 1914, the final. Yellow Jackets 1-0 on the season, and they get the win over Hammond, and we will hope to see you next week. It is Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. For those of you who are able to join us at DS Jacket Vision on YouTube tonight, great to have you along with us for. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe, and we hope to bring you all the action next week. Here live, stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen on the road. So I will sign off here for Lamine.
Hopefully they don't put us in the visitors' bleachers like we did last time we played there.
Who knows? We're going to hope with the new administration there that we're going to be okay. Nonetheless, we will be with you for the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up next week, 6 o'clock. All right, for Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, for John Fine, Jake Williamson, Darren Fuente, Mitch Covington, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge and on the internet at johnfineproductions.com. Denham Springs High School football broadcasts are a John Fine production.
You're listening to WWRA 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge, Clinton, Gonzales.
This is WWRA